All right, we start off setting up the game board. Now, we've already gone through and done all of this for setup, okay? Yep. Like made the deck, put these guys out, did all this stuff. Okay, now, the following steps are also listed at the top of the Foreign Affairs card, Compagnia. So, let's go ahead and take a look at that bad boy. So, I'll go ahead and zoom this in. There you go. There you go. So, I'll read it, but also y'all be able to follow along on this, okay? Perform them in the order and then remove the card from the game, leaving the Treaty of Versailles card visible atop the pile. Designer's note. On November 11, 1918, the armistice that ended the fighting in World War I, the 11th day on the 11th month of the 11th hour, you get that, was signed in a railroad card in the Campania. How do you say that?
I would say it's Campania.
Campania, I think, forest in France. And therefore, this event serves as the starting point for the setup. Place the following threat markers, which are always octagonal in shape, on the game board. There are going to be 3 poverty markers. So if we come on out, right, those 3 poverty markers, we're going to roll, and these are going to, you know what? I will fix this later. I will come back to that. Give me 1 second. There it is. All right, cool. So we're going to roll dice 3 times, and wherever we end up, that's where we're going to end up. So 3. Number. Stuttgart gets a poverty marker.
Is it the highest number?
No, it's roll 2 dice and add them up. No, it's just
usually. Yeah.
It'd be hard to get to 7.
That's true. Yeah.
2 is Königsberg. And then if you were to roll the same city, like a 2 or a 3 in this case, roll again. So that is an 8. That is Essen. Hey! All right. So those have poverty markers out there. You know those are poverty markers because, you guessed it, they say poverty on them. Mm-hmm. All right. So now let's go ahead and head back over to the foreign events or foreign affairs card. So the 3 poverty markers are already placed out, as you can see, like those. Now, that the blockade and the inflation, those are up, need to go up into the DR box. Because inflation, because reparations, blockade, you don't get to leave because reparations.
They lost a lot of their land.
Right. Yeah. All right. Next, we 1 council marker in Munich. Boo! 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 Those communists! Boo!
Already a quarter of the way winning.
Seriously, gross. All right. Then there are 4 unrest markers. The unrest markers go into specific cities: Berlin, Munich, Essen, and Hamburg. Now, earlier I mentioned 7 threat markers in the DR box specifically. It'll make sense when they go in the DR box and when they go into the cities as we go along. Okay? All right. So now all of the other threat markers, and there are a plethora, Epe, a whole lot of them. Those are off the board up there. Now, we already have our party markers out here in Parliament. Now, look, I realize technically the KPD is far left. They should be over here. But we did it where we're sitting. It kind of makes sense.
It's also, this is the government coalition.
Yeah.
Right? This is the opposition.
Yeah.
I mean, we hate each other, but...
Right, but, you know... How's that?
Sure.
That way we have a little...
Encroaching on your territory there, John.
I can hear him whispering.
All right, so now the next step is place the indicated number of party figures into different cities of your choice, as well as in Parliament. Parliament, we've already done, okay? All seriousness now. There we go, okay? All right. So, and this happens in order. So the SPD starts out. They have 7 in Parliament, which are the red figures, and then 6 different cities. So knock yourself out.
I want to make sure I can see what the KPD is doing. Berlin seems like a good spot, just to prevent.
Yep.
I'll get in Cologne, since there's no unrest there. I'll get on to Essen to maybe take care of some of the poverty. Get into Frankfurt for the cuisine. And I guess put me up at Rostock, please.
Yeah.
Because it has to be different cities, correct?
They have to be different cities. All right,
Yeah.
now Zentrum,
Yeah.
5 in Parliament, which is done, 5 different cities.
Okay, I'm also going to go here because I think that it's probably worth getting rid of some of that unrest, which I have the ability to do if I get really good at rolling some dice. Which anyone who knows me knows that is not my forte. Berlin, because it's such an important city to this. Let's see here. I'm also going to try to get down here to maybe I have the ability if I roll well to get rid of this marker.
Yeah, that's me cheering. Sorry, I apologize.
You're cheering because I said roll well instead of roll good.
No,
No.
not critique. No, not
he doesn't
critiquing.
want-
No, I
Yeah.
just anti-communist.
That's
so.
true.
Hey,
That's true.
there we go.
And I think I'm going to go to Leipzig because their cuisine's not so bad either. And Breslau because, here I am in Breslau.
4 and 4.
All right. So we'll go to Königsberg, to Essen, down to Stuttgart down there, and Munich.
This so makes me nervous that you guys definitively or play when Ken does this,
Mhm.
because I'm I haven't had a chance to really look at so the last thing I'm thinking about is strategy, leading up to a stream here.
Well, you're assuming we're confident in our decisions too. So
Well, I mean, Ken definitely sounded confident. All right, I'll go ahead and go up to Hamburg. All it's going to do is make me happy or hungry.
Yep.
You know what?
I got you.
Unrest is good for me.
Yeah.
And also it should be pointed out, these countersunk spots, that's how many can go there.
Yeah.
Okay. So I will, let's go ahead and hang out in Berlin. And I mean, booked,
Right. And of course, you could bump one of us out,
I could.
but
Yeah.
it is.
Königsberg.
I was going to say Königsberg's nice this time of year. So.
Yeah, I hear it is.
Yes.
Right. All right. Cool. All right. So that is all of setup. Okay. So again, the first round is going to go. If you're familiar with the game, it's going to go agonizingly slow
Slowly.
because we're all going. Me predominantly, but all of us are going to be explaining everything as we go.
Yep.
In the politics phase, we are going to take our time walking through. Okay.
So the round marker does have an issue that's supposed to come out. If you want to pass the yellow issues, Paul.
Yeah, this one here.
Did I miss that in setup?
We just haven't hit that yet.
I don't know where it comes.
Oh, well, because we're about to start round
Is
one.
it the Republic phase?
Yeah.
well,
We'll
yeah.
get there.
We're about to start
Yeah,
round
right. Okay.
So this card's going to leave the game.
Okay, you're right. So, okay, that has been done. So we actually put that back where it was.
Rip
for
it
a
up,
second.
destroy it.
I mean, it's not my game. I don't care. Okay, so if you take a look now, just as a visual cue, we actually stepped through all of those things, right? Everything that I said in the rule book, and then hey, exclamation point. If you did the exclamation point, which you obviously have to, but that's going to be an important point to distinction, remove it from the game. Okay, so that gets removed from the game. Go ahead. And now flip over the top card, if you would be so kind.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, the Treaty of Versailles. And you'll notice down here at the board, that one is colored different. That is pre-game, effectively. And now, Treaty of Versailles, there we go, ready to rock and roll. Okay, so now we go into round one, phase one, which is the Republic phase. So the first thing that we need to do is resolve the round card. All right. So now allow me. There we go. All right. So the round card. There you go. Protecting Republic law. You'll see protecting Republic law. It's a yellow issue. It's going to go onto the 0 space. So there you go. Boom. Protecting Republic law. Okay, that step is now done. Politics phase. The winner of that protecting Republic law chooses either they're going to put out the Republic law marker, and clear and unrest. Boo. Or add one of your own into Parliament. Gain a seat in Parliament. And then, when that's done, remove it from the game. But I want to point out, so this says, when it's done, remove it from the game, but it says it takes place in a politics phase. So this is going to hang out until we get here for the politics phase, and we resolve it. Whoever won that issue then gets to do it, then it'll go out. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. All right, cool. All right. So the Republic phase, yeah, let me actually. The player aid actually does an amazing job
really
of stepping you through this too.
Solid.
Okay. So we have advanced the round tracker. Skip that in round one, obviously. Resolve the current round card. We have resolved it as far as we can until we get to that step.
Yep.
The next part is the agenda phase. So the agenda phase, if you would, you know what? I'll use my cards. It's fine. Go ahead and shuffle those up. Somebody, if you would, please. I need to shuffle mine up. I was going to use them as an example, but I'll do it when we get there.
Yeah.
Are y'all following along, and is it making sense so far, even if you don't really see the meat of the game yet? All right? All right. So with that said, everybody draws 2 timeline cards, and I should point out that turn order is going to change potentially a couple times throughout the turn. Okay? Whoever is the Reich president, which SPD is.
Chancellor, not Reich's president.
Thank you. I misspoke. Whoever is the chancellor, in other words, who has the most seats, chancellor gets to decide who goes first in certain situations. The exception to that is if somebody won the reparations, right there, the one with a bunch of dudes in hats, whoever won that automatically is the first player. Outside of that, which obviously no one has won it yet, the chancellor actually chooses who's going to go first for this. Now, technically, it's really, actually, no, it does matter right now. So the chancellor is going to decide who's going first. He could be himself, someone else, whatever. So you choose.
I would like KPT to go first.
All right,
Okay.
KPD is going first. First thing we do, first thought here, I'll let you cut them. Go ahead. They've been shuffled. Everyone's going to draw 2. And again, these are the yellow or gray cards. So 2 in, and for those, that are pedantic about, oh, well, you didn't draw them in the right order. We did.
There you go.
All right. But to me, really doesn't matter that much.
It's my game. They can fight me.
There you go. Everyone's drawn 2 timeline cards. Now, everybody has 4 agenda cards. These 4 agenda cards are going to basically set the tone of your round.
Yeah.
If I've chosen, let's say this one, okay, I can choose that next round in every round as it will be, okay? However, I can change it every round. But just because I chose it this round doesn't mean it's not available to me in subsequent rounds.
You just keep that agenda going the whole time.
If you want. So you always can look at these. It's free to choose, to look through them or at any time, whatever. Once you've chosen, everyone's going to turn their card face down, put it out here somewhere, signify it. Then we're all going to simultaneously flip them over, and these will resolve, and we will resolve them in turn order. Okay? So with that said, a moment while I peruse.
Chotomate.
May I have a player aid, please?
Oh, do you not?
How many are there?
I
Ken,
think there's
you have them all.
I do.
You're
Are there 4 of them?
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah, man,
They're
they're so good. I'm glad we have 4.
Uh-oh. Fail.
Just put that anywhere you want.
There you go.
We need one of those. I mean, not just Glory to Rome, which, by the way,
God.
Oh,
I'm gonna say 8.5. Glory to Rome.
these are party specific.
Are they?
That's for you.
I thought
Oh.
they were, actually.
how do you?
These
you're
sure
right.
look pink.
Yeah.
Here, you.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right. It's party specific because it has your party icon color
Neat.
through all of these things too. So yeah, nice touch.
Good looking out.
All right.
Spielworks.
So I want. Okay. So we've all played this once.
Mm-hmm.
And It actually flows really well.
Really well.
Strategically makes me think of Kutnahora. You depend on other people to help.
Oh, I see. I see what
Yeah,
that
that's
was.
definitely true.
Yeah, sure.
It's very intertwined for sure.
Yeah.
Which sucks if you're me. Looking at you, Paul.
I'm sure you are.
All right. I have chosen. And I will step through these, like especially on my turn. But we'll also we'll have Ken go through his as he goes as well.
So we're going to start with Ken and then go around the table.
Clockwise. It's always in seating order. Now here's the thing. A lot of people there is no definitive thing on BGG. Matthias Kramer has not said sit in this order, choose whatever. A lot of people sit in this order. Honestly, we had some discussion about whether or not the KPD and the DMVP should be opposites so that you get one government and one revolutionary. But you know what? It just worked out this way.
There was nobody that really made a compelling case for why.
Right.
It was just like, well, we do it this way, we do it this way. But you know, until the man himself comes along and
and Matthias hasn't said anything, so therefore we're just going to randomize it, and that's that. All right.
I'm revealing first, am I?
Yes.
No, everyone's revealing simultaneously.
1, 2, 3, flip.
All right, 1, 2, 3, flip. There we go. Just say the name of what yours is, and we'll go around, and then we'll resolve yours.
All at
Yes.
the same
So
time.
I'm revealing the Revolution Now agenda.
All right, mine is with power to the power.
Mine is defending democracy.
And mine is more security.
Okay. All right. So now Ken will step us through his stuff.
Okay.
So go for it.
So when I play this card, I add in 5 additional party cards from the R deck, the Revolution deck.
Show the R in the corner.
Yep. So there.
There you go. Yep.
Yep.
There are 5 of those. He has 2 different decks.
So they're going to go into my party deck, and I'm going to reshuffle this.
Yes.
So I have, and then it tells me a little something about what's going on here. So it's going to give me a couple of different sets of
Paramilitary stuff. Markers.
reinforcements. Is what the
There you
game
go.
calls
Right,
them,
there
right?
you go.
It will let me perform coups, and it'll let me add the yellow society marker revolution in. It will immediately give me 1 to my reserve. And then instead of drawing 3 cards this round, I will draw 4 party cards. And then I'll get to play 1 right at the start of the impulses phase.
Important to note, Ken's going first, so he's going to theoretically take 2 turns in a row.
Right.
Because play 1 at the start, and then the impulses begin.
Right.
If any of us get at the start, that happens in turn order. So let's say Ken and John each get that.
Yeah.
Ken would go first, then John would go. Then the impulse round would begin, and then it will go clockwise around the table. Okay? So you're going to shuffle. You're going to draw. That's yours, right?
Yep, that's me.
All right. And I will go ahead and bring mine. And look, no one here is saying that this is going to be expert level play here. In fact, quite the opposite. So your mileage may vary. I'm not talking hardcore strategy here, but with power to the power. So again, I'm going to be adding the C deck. So again, you can see the C's up here in the corner of all of those. They are my faction deck because they have my faction information in the top left-hand corner. I'll go over all that when we talk about impulses. But so I get to take that. And then it basically is going to, it says it's going to allow you to do coups and paramilitary actions predominantly. Also, it allows me to take control of the police. The police are those 2 white markers. So there are paramilitary markers are these tombstone shaped markers here. All right. And the police.
That's the military.
There you go. So military ones, not to be confused with every breath you take.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
They will be watching you.
I will be watching. Yes.
All right. So with that said, and I get to bank 1 reserve just like Ken did. So somebody, there we go. So that will go there. And then search your draw pile for a reinforcement card. Take it into your hand and shuffle the draw pile afterwards. Then draw 1 less card this round because normally you're going to draw 3 party cards. Well, this is going to be one of my 3 effectively. All right. So if we take a look over here at my deck, I'm going to go until I get a reinforcement card.
I think you're supposed to put those in first, though.
Fair point. I do. So a moment. John, you want to go ahead and talk about yours, and I'll do mine in a minute. Go for it.
Sure.
Just watch your head.
Yep. So I have Defending Democracy,
Put it on your board.
which lets me add the D deck. And I'm deciding to do that because only 2 of my agenda cards allow me to add decks. And I feel like when we played before, I had missed out on that opportunity. So not only do I add the Democracy set to my deck, I get to bring in 3 of my military power or authority power to the game. I don't get to add them to my supply yet. There's a card that does that. So I add the D deck. I also add the security agenda to the issues track.
All right.
So that'll go on
security
0.
is-
The one with the hat, the military looking hat.
That
The
one.
arm. Yep.
There we go. So we'll put that there because that's the same as that.
Yep. And I get to look at all players' timeline cards.
Okay.
What?
So
Right now?
Yes.
okay. Yep. Here, look at them one at a time.
Yeah, I'll
so
take
there you go.
Zentrum first.
So while that's going, I'll go ahead and start my deck. So looking for a reinforcements card. It literally will say reinforcements.
Yep.
There you go. I say it's going. No, that is
that's just
that
move,
is not.
guys.
That is
Yeah.
just move. I apologize. Oh, that's nice. Seriously. There it is. It says reinforcements right there. So this is going into my hand.
Yep.
And then
you
I'm going to shuffle these. I
reshuffle and
believe
draw
I
2
shuffle,
more.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, shuffle and then put these. So
Interesting. Here you go. And I'll take a look at yours.
yep, go for it. Tell me if they're any good. I really haven't even really looked at them.
Oh, these might as well be napkins.
Okay. So how's it look? How's the game look on camera to y'all? Because let me tell you, in person, this is a love
It's a good
affair
looking
Yeah.
to
Good
this
looking
game. Like
Yeah.
the dual layer, it's the production quality is just stupid in the best way possible. Maybe it could have been a bigger board. That'd be good.
You fill up.
That's sarcasm.
By the way,
Cut.
Now, if we're going around the table talking about our agendas, did we want to move on to this one?
Yeah, okay. So done, and now over there to Paul. Go
Yeah.
for it, dude.
So mine is called More Security. And the first thing I get to do is I get to add these. Oh, we can't quite see them, so I'll just do this. We get to add these S cards to my deck. So I'll put them in there, and I will shuffle that in just a little bit. And then it also tells me here, more safety and differentiation to SPD. More safety is not really like a thing. It's just kind of giving me, the player, the note that, like, this is going to increase safety. Like, whatever that means necessarily. We'll find out.
I imagine that's removing unrest and poverty. Like safety is in you don't have to walk that edge of the DR box. I'm guessing.
I'm seeing here a lot of police mobilization.
Yeah.
I'm seeing a lot of that kind of stuff. And then it also says differentiation, which we start the game. We're both in the government, but this just adds more different ways of doing things.
Yeah, because y'all are somewhat similar.
Yeah.
Right. So it differentiates between the two of them.
Yeah.
All right?
So now I also have the ability to add any of these white speech bubbles.
Oh, any of them?
Any of them. It says
Okay.
any white speech bubble on the 0 space, which means now I have to think.
So what he's doing right now, just FYI, here I'll fill
is
time while he
thinking
reads.
really
Is
hard.
he is looking at the play rate, and again, these are faction specific, so that it tells you these are the things that if you win it, or you could do that,
Yep.
right? Depending on what it is.
I have made my decision.
Okay, go for it.
I'm going to put economy,
Okay.
or what we called industry earlier, but the
Yeah.
economy. That's
Good
going to go.
man.
That's going to go right there.
Yes.
Okay.
And then, and until the end of the round, I get to do reactions for free. We haven't talked about reactions
wow.
yet, but reactions in the general sense, we'll get to it when it's time to do one, are a way of being able to, like as it says, react to somebody doing a thing. Normally that requires you to spend something from this reserve bank. But as you can see, I don't have anything there. So that's what's really good about this power is for this entire round, I get to react to people for free.
Nice. Cool. All right. So that right there, and then after that, you draw your faction cards.
Yep. So
Right.
I got to show.
So 2 timeline cards.
Yep.
In my case, I got to get my reinforcements card. That's all public information, right?
Yep.
And then the other 2 faction cards.
What are they?
So they're that one and that one.
Oh man,
Okay?
that's good
All right.
choices.
All
Good
right.
choices.
How many do we draw?
3.
3. It's a base number of 3 unless you're told otherwise.
Yeah.
Now, if you will give me a moment, I'm going to take a couple of these. We'll reshuffle them in. And hey, guess what? These aren't in the game. If really, they're all. That's funny. Okay, let's try that again. Okay.
So did anybody else have a start of impulse action?
Oh, a start of impulse. Oh, like in there. Oh, like the agenda.
Yeah.
You mean?
Yeah.
No. So I
Okay.
think you're clear.
So I'm going to be doing that.
Okay, well, give me a second before
Yeah.
you do that. I'm going to talk
Do your thing,
about
man.
how the cards work
Yeah.
for everybody out there, okay? Your agenda goes face up over there. I will put that, hold on, starts 1, 1, 2, good. And let me go ahead and get these ready for y'all there. All right. Right, okay. All right. I didn't mean to grab 2 yellow ones. Sorry. Let's do that instead.
Yep.
There we go. Okay. Actually, I'm gonna push these over, and I'm gonna bring. I'll bring my reinforcements one since everybody saw that one already.
I mean, you
Yeah,
don't have
that
to.
one. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Okay. All right. I want to show y'all what these cards look like and how they're different. Okay. This is a faction card. We know it's a faction card because it has my color in the top left corner, first off.
A little hat.
And it has a little hat, aka the banner that says the DMVP.
Yeah.
Okay. These 2 are timeline cards. We know that also. So DNVP, and these also have the timeline on it. Whether they are the base gray ones or the part of the game we're in, yellow, orange, or brown, being yellow in that case. Okay. We're going to now enter the impulse phase. And when we do, everybody has some number of cards between, let's say, 3 and 7, maybe 3 and 6, something like that. On your turn, you must play a card and you must do what stuff on it.
Right.
You can never pass. So when you pass, it's because you have no cards left. So it's going to be asymmetric in that regard because we all have different numbers. However, just know on your turn, you must play a card.
Yeah.
Now, let me go ahead and talk about the difference. Let me separate these a little bit to show. These 2 are timeline cards again, okay? And this is a faction card. A faction card, you can do one of 3 things on your turn. You may play it for the event. The event is this stuff in green. Do that. Okay, so if you're familiar with CDGs or card-driven war games, then this is going to be familiar to you. Do it for the event. And if certain things, it'll say, then remove this card from the game. That's if you do it for the event. Okay? In addition to that, if it says may or can or, you have a choice, sort of. And what I mean by sort of is you have to do the option that you can do the most of. So if this said instead of and, it said or, if I can't do the or, then I have to do the thing I can do more of. Okay? That is a universal rule in the game, first off. So, event, that is option number 1. Option number 2 is I can do this, the debate. So we've already kind of covered the debate track a little bit. So if I want to, I can move issues along the axis out here again, pushing it towards black. You'll notice that there are 2 numbers. There is a big circle and a little circle. The big circle and little circle are used with a little. Let's try this again. When you choose to do this for a debate, you do 1 issue 2 spots towards your side and a different issue the other number. You can't do 1 issue 6.
Nope.
How you mix them up, you choose. 1 issue is going to be 4, 1's going to be 2. If it were this card, 1 issue's 3, 1 issue's 1, 1 and 2. You get the idea. I don't want to belabor this. Okay, there are 3 issues out here. I could go 1, 2, 3, 4, 2. There you go. That's it. That's literally, or the only difference is which one I move for and which one I move to. That's the only option I have in this case.
Don't do either of those.
Or that.
Yeah.
The third option that I can do on my turn is I can choose actions. Okay? Actions only cares about the number in the big circle, even if it's smaller than the little number. So in this case, I would get 1 action point, 3 action points, 2 action points. What are these action points for, you might be asking? Well, you'll notice on your player board, it says event, debate, or actions. So these numbers up here are how many action points it requires to take that action. That is going to differ between the various factions, and these might differ a little bit between the actual actions themselves. Because if you're in the government, you can't do a coup, for instance. Okay?
Well, not in your own country.
So the number of action points that you can spend, you can mix and match, unless it says you can only do once per impulse, which in this case is demonstration only once per impulse. If I had 4 action points, I still could only do this one once. Okay? But I could mobilize 3 times and do 1 demonstration, for example. Okay? So is that clear as far as how that works? Remember, you always have the option, unless you're at 2, to book a action point, or maybe 2 action points, depending on where you are on the reserve track. Those are action points that you can book for either reactions to use or for a future turn. Okay? Does that make sense?
Yep.
All right. Awesome. So that is faction cards. Do one of those 3 things: action points, debate, event. And if it says remove it from the game, it doesn't mean discard. That means from the game. Okay. So we've talked about those now. Now the difference between a timeline card and a faction card is you get to do 2 of the things, one of which must be the event. If you play a faction card, you will see the exclamation point. You were going to do the event. The only option you have now is, do I do the action, or the action points, or debate? And the other option you have is, do I do that other thing first or after the event? Those are the only options you have in that case. The event is going to happen.
Sometimes the event is good for you, and other times it's like, which kidney would you like to get punched in?
Totally.
Yeah.
All right. And obviously, then remove it from the game. If it says so, you get the idea. So that is how an impulse works. So again, Ken is going to start. We know he has a before the impulse thing. He's going to play that card. That specific card can't be any of his cards. It's the one that says that he plays. He does that. Then and nobody else has one of those cards. Then he's going to actually start the first impulse. 1, 1, 1. Continue around and around and around until we're all out of cards. Then we will move into the politics phase. All that clear?
Yes.
We ready to rock and roll?
Yes, sir.
Cool. I'm going to shuffle these back in. And Ken, go ahead and show your work.
Yeah, and so I think we agreed that I need to play. It has to be a party card that I play before.
Right. So read that exactly.
Draw 1 more KPD card this round and play 1 at the beginning of the impulse phase. So it sounds like that should be a party card.
Yeah,
right?
it cannot be a timeline card for the now. In your case, it's kind of it doesn't matter because of the fact that you're first.
Right, I can play the other one next.
But that's it, right?
Yeah.
But yes, it must be a party card.
So I'm going to play the Sailors of Kiel.
Nope. There you go. That'll work.
Okay.
Okay. Cool.
So it is. I could play it for 2 action points, but I'm going to play it for the event instead.
Go.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm going to move 2 KPD units from my supply. They can't be out of supply. They have to be in my current supply.
Right.
To any one city. The city I'm going to choose is Munich.
Yes, sir.
So the idea here is to protect that council.
An excellent choice, sir.
Yeah. So in addition,
I'm in favor of that choice.
I'm going to place 1 of these. I have to place it in the same city, which is Munich. You can see there's not any spots to place. And the way the game rule works at that point is that when I can't place one, I take one out, and the one I'll take out is the Zentrum.
What?
Oops, sorry, that was a little wide.
A terrible choice.
I'm in alliance with
The left.
I
mean,
do
the
not recommend that
SPD,
choice.
Those are our guys.
Okay, so hold on. Show that worker again, because I'm a visual guy.
Yep.
You placed it, and by placing it, you mean you removed his.
Exactly.
And that was
That's
the
right.
cost of that. If
Yep.
it said place 2, one would have gone back to the supply for the removal, and the second is the placing.
That's right.
All right. And also, I would like to point out that the icons on those,
Yep.
they are a 1 strength unit, effectively,
That's
paramilitary. The different icons correspond to different cards and
Yeah.
specific things. These are still 1 strength unit
Yep.
for the KPD, but notice they have 1 die on them. If they have 2 die, it's a 2 strength unit. You get the idea. Obviously, different faction, but you get the idea. But yeah, all of these are always military or paramilitary.
There's nothing inherently different between the helmet and the fist, except there might be cards that say
It's icon specific.
might as
That's
well
right.
just say A, B, or C.
Right, but again, thematically,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
sure they have a reason,
Yeah.
right? Okay,
So my card has an and,
okay,
though it is optional.
okay.
So typically you do the event in order from top to bottom.
Yep.
And if there's an or, you might choose one or the other. In this case, it's an and that I can do, but I don't know why I wouldn't put a society marker out if I can.
Okay.
So I get to choose one of these soldiers markers. So you guys just fish out the one with the KPD.
You know
on
what?
it.
Hold on. Before you do this, I'm actually going to do something I wasn't going to do.
You gonna zoom in on
Yeah,
these
I'm
markers?
going to show people that all this stuff that's off
Let's do
camera.
it. Yeah.
So just for context. So
Sure.
a moment, let me get, because again, I didn't have this part ready.
Okay, you're doing a great job.
There you go. All right. So if you take a look, this is all the stuff that is off camera, right? Out of there. And you can see that they are sorted by these are citizens, these are soldiers, these are the poor. So whatever the thing is that it calls out, that's what it's talking about, the workers. So you're almost always in want to put out the thing that has your icon, your faction icon.
So you said soldiers? Is that what you said?
Soldiers. Yeah.
So
Okay.
we've got this right here, and it is time to zoom in here.
Yep. So this track is for these markers. They come in through the left, they go out like a lion or a
That's
lamb,
right.
whatever. Anyway, and these will get resolved left or right when we actually
Yeah.
get there.
During
exit
step 3,
through-
the Republic phase, I will score a victory point because that marker is out
Provided it's still on that
As long
there.
as
track.
And as long
Still
as,
there.
as long as
Which,
it doesn't
yeah.
go away.
I like your chances of that being the
Yeah, I
case.
think for one round, I
At
feel
least,
good.
for sure.
Yeah. So, and then remove this card from the game. So do we
Okay.
have a out of the game
I got-
spot?
I got
You just
some
I can
here.
tuck
You
it
know
here.
what?
Just tuck it over there off.
Sure.
All good.
All right, Buffalo Bill. All
That
right.
was it.
Okay, so y'all are going to have to give me a second, talk amongst yourselves.
Was that?
Okay.
that
Oh,
was his-
sorry, that was your pregame
Yeah.
or pre-impulse.
Now the
Yep.
impulse phase actually starts.
Okay, I'm going to shut up, let you do while I go through my cards and try and figure out what the hell I'm going to do. All right?
Okay.
Go for it. All right.
So this is another one that I could play for an event, but for the event. But this time I'm going to play it for action points.
It's a faction card, right? And point out that it's not a timeline card.
It is not a timeline card.
'cause
That's
you
right.
can tell.
It's pink. That's
Okay.
right.
And it's
Oh,
also
shut up.
the little hat.
This one is 6 action points,
Oh.
which is something I like.
Woof.
And so we're
No,
going to
do not
do
want.
fairly simple set of actions. So I can mobilize for 1 point. And I can mobilize twice, but an important thing about using action points is they all have to be used in the same city.
Yes.
So I'm going to mobilize 2 units to Essen here. And that means I have 4 action points left. And with those 4 action points, I'm going to perform a coup in Essen. So coup costs 4 points, which means it'll use all the rest of my points. And so I can only do this if I'm in opposition, which I am. You can tell because I've got the big opposition marker here on my board. And so eventually I'm going to roll some dice. I will roll 1 die for every KPD unit, minus a die for every opposition unit. There are no opposition units. So I've got 2 dice to start. I get an extra die if there's unrest in the city, which there is. So there's 3 dice. And if there's poverty in the city, I'm rolling at a +1. And so I'm rolling 3 dice at a +1. And you can see this results table here. If I can manage to roll a 5, I will place a council and an unstable state marker as part of the coup.
Yep.
So now everybody has an opportunity to react.
Okay, I choose not to.
Okay. Now you don't have a base in Essen.
Fair, but there can be political
cards
people
that's right.
that don't have to be. But if it's there are certain things that if you have a base meaning a
That's
unit or a figure out
Yep.
there. So I elect not to.
Now neither SPD nor Zentrum have reserve points, but they may have cards that will work. So
And
to react, you need both. You need a base and a reserve point.
And Paul also has the rule breaker for his
Paul certainly
for his
does.
agenda that he
Right, he
doesn't
can-
need the
Paul
reserve.
is fully aware of
He
that.
can make me re-roll one time. Sure.
I will not react.
I will react. And because I have more security that allows me to do reaction police raid for 0. Reaction police raid. I used a lot of words there. My reaction, my reaction for flavor text is called police raid.
Okay.
So I can do reaction police raid. Normally I need to have 1 over here in
Yep.
the reserve, but I can do it for 0.
Okay.
So I'm
Nice.
going to do that. So I get to roll 1 die plus 1 die for any police that are in the city.
Mm.
No police, but the price is right, so I'm going to do it.
Okay.
Might as well, my friend.
Okay.
Yep. If I roll a 7 on this die, then things go very poorly for you.
That'll
Right.
be all right. I mean,
So, but you're not you have no modifiers?
Nope, I just have this one.
Well, on a 6-sided die, it's hard to roll a 7.
Well, but look, I'm just saying,
Okay.
with
Yeah.
that attitude, yeah.
a 5 or a 6 are also not great for me.
Yeah, right. So roll high.
Oh,
No,
boy.
it's got to be in the box.
What is this super bouncy felt you have in this thing?
I've never noticed the felt to be super bouncy before
Alright.
myself.
I'm just too strong.
It's a strong hand of the
Clearly.
government.
He's
Oh,
very
look at
powerful.
that.
There's a 6.
Oh,
All right.
baby.
That,
So,
that takes a die away from
Takes
me.
a die away from you.
Only rolling 2 dice.
all right. So as you can see,
The
point,
action.
Paul,
Yes, what?
point.
Point.
200.
Oh, yeah, right there.
There you go. Point it. -1 die.
Yep.
There we
Well
go.
done.
All right.
All right.
I worked hard on that roll.
Yeah,
So,
now
I
you
get
take
to
a
roll
recess.
2 dice now. And
Really, a stand-up die?
I mean,
Oh,
wow, this
He's gotta
is
get a good
serious.
twist. He's got to
I'm
get a
getting,
good
I'm
twist
getting
in
a
there.
+1 here. So
That
There we
appears
go.
to be a
Oh.
7.
that'll work.
Yeah.
All right. So walk us through what a 7 is.
So if I have at least a 6, I will place a council's marker
Oh no.
in the city,
That is halfway to winning.
and I will place
Come
an
on.
unstable state threat in the Deutsches Reich.
Yeah.
So,
Guys, do something.
and then this card goes into my discard.
Don't worry, you'll see it again.
Yeah, I mean, I felt like that 6th strength was like
So that answers my
too
question.
good not to use.
That answers my question for the audience. Because you used it for the action points,
Yes.
what I might refer to as ops points based on other games that use
That's
this
right,
kind of thing.
card-driven war games and
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah,
Because you used it for the action points, you don't have to follow that red exclamation down at the bottom.
correct. That's
Very
right.
good.
Only if used for the event.
Yeah.
And of course, the timeline cards are always used for the event.
Yeah.
So they often say remove.
Yeah.
And they will always be removed.
Just
in
to
that
remind
case.
you of that.
That's
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
No, that's really good. I don't think. No, God, no. Oh, I have to.
You sure do.
Yeah. So the
I
interesting
don't know what
thing,
you're
like,
talking about. But
well, no. So you and I've been playing Twilight Struggle.
Yeah.
Right. We're streaming it tomorrow. Right.
Yep.
And you know how, like, there are cards that you draw that you want to hide from your opponent. Let's say.
burn with fire.
Yeah,
Yeah.
or that, yeah.
Mhm.
Can't do it because there ain't no hiding
They
timeline
They are
cards.
a coming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I saw them already.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, there's that.
Now, if we were playing we want to talk about strategy for a second. If we were playing a friendly game where we maybe get to rewind time a little bit because the game state hasn't changed, I have this guy, Gustav, part of
Mm.
my minor party.
we are not playing that friendly.
Thank God.
Friendly.
Did you forget to,
sorry.
did you forget to use them?
I sure did.
Oh, okay.
The good news is, I'm never going to place any more councils, so it's fine.
Never.
What?
Never. That's
I'm
big
only-
words.
I'm only
Considering
placing 2. That's it. That's
considering how you won.
all. I'm just not going to place anymore.
Okay.
Sure.
Is that
I'm just going to
binding?
hang out in Munich at Essen,
Paul's been playing Strike.
and that's it. That's all I want to do. Just those are nice spots.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Just retire.
I'm all done.
Makes
That's it.
sense.
I'm
You're
basically just gonna
You're just
play
like,
out
look,
a string
cool.
from
Yeah.
here on out.
you're like,
Yeah.
look, I
Okay, cool.
fomented change, and then I'm ready to just step back.
All right. Well, I am playing a party card because ain't no party like a DNVP party,
Like a-
and DNV party is good.
Yeah, I was like, ain't no party like a communist party.
Freikorp Oberland. I am going to play it as the event, so not doing that. And so this card will get removed from the game afterwards. So I can choose one city. I choose Munich.
Why? Choose a city where you don't have to fight me. Berlin is twice as good as Munich.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna listen to him.
He actually makes a fair point. I can't argue.
Especially if you're putting one of those 2-strength guys in there, you're going to get to roll 4 dice in here if you coup.
Yeah, all right, fine.
I mean,
I so am getting manipulated by Ken. I know I am. Well, here's the other. Okay, so I get to place 2 units.
Yeah.
In that city, and then perform a coup.
Uh-huh.
And if I'm successful in a coup, I basically do what you just did.
Yeah.
Right. The important thing to note: these council markers, and these regime. So
They're all bad.
only one of those can exist in a city.
Yeah, that's a good rule to
And
know.
you don't want those out. So
Right.
Well, 100%.
Yeah.
But Berlin counts as 2.
it
Yeah.
does.
Yeah.
It does.
well, the other thing is you'd be rolling a lot fewer dice if you.
I
go
would
into
because
Munich.
he has units there.
Yeah.
And that's that's the only reason I'm listening to Ken is because he
Plus-
has units
Plus,
there.
Paul can take your regime right out. Just like take it out right, just like that.
Just
So-
like that. Just like that.
And roll that. You can roll.
So-
You can use.
so
what's,
that's
what's,
it.
that, what's our friend's name? What's his name?
Who? Oh, Gustav?
Yeah.
Or Gustav Stressman?
Streisman.
Streisman?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I can
Or
move
probably more like
these
Streisman.
from the supply or from cities. Okay.
Yep.
So if you take a look, supply, I have that.
Yep.
Okay. So what I don't have are these that are over there. I'd
Yeah.
like them, but only in due time.
So you have 2 1s and a 2?
Yeah. So I'm gonna take the 2, a 1, and a 2 because again I get to do both of those.
Yeah.
Okay. And then I get to Kachu.
And you know
So-
what to do.
There we go. There and there. All right. Now for the coup, for me, works very similar. Sorry about that. Doesn't matter how many action points because this is part of the event. Opposition only, meaning I am. So if I were government, I cannot Kachu. Only once per impulse. Okay, cool. I get 1 per unit. However, again, looking at this, I have 3 units. 3 strength.
3 strength.
See, 3 dice
Yep.
there, right? Okay. And then I lose a die for every opponent's
Strength.
strength. So I would actually only roll 1 die in that case. But I would get an extra die if there is unrest. And hey, wouldn't you know? So I would actually roll 2. I'm rolling 4.
4 seems better.
Yeah, it does. I can't argue
It's
that.
twice as good.
And then if there was poverty there in the chosen city, or if I spend 2 action points. Now, I would like to point out this is where reserves come in, right? So look
Yeah.
where Ken's pointing at up there. I have 1. If I had a second, I could spend them both and get a +1 on my die.
Could be
Okay.
handy.
And also should point out, it's only your highest die roll that matters here.
Yep.
If you roll double 6s or multiple 6s, each 6 rolled adds a +1 to a 6.
So
Yep.
if you roll 3 6s, that's
That
an
is
8.
an 8.
Yeah.
And there are cards or reactions that can knock you down a roll or a number. And so, hey, it's still a 7. So in my case, hey, 6 or better is ideal because a 4 or 5 doesn't work for me because it would add unrest to Berlin. And there's already an unrest and you can't have multiple unrest in the same city. So
Mhm.
all that said, 4 dice, please. And here we go.
You going to use your auto react, Paul?
My auto react, yes, I am.
Oh, Paul
Thanks,
gets rolled.
Trey.
I'm
So
go-
John gets a chance.
Oh, yeah.
first.
And this is something you need to make sure that you give everybody an opportunity to
Yeah.
react.
Yeah.
I am about to have a Kachu of 4 dice.
You
Would
get-
you like
I
to
am
react?
not reacting.
You get to say that 2 more times, and then we don't say cuckoo kachu anymore for the rest of the night. I will react.
Okay.
So because I get to do it for free, that's a 4. That is no effect.
Okay, as it should be. You,
Let's see how
sir?
it is.
Do you choose?
No,
You elect not to?
I can't because Paul already reacted.
Oh, fair point.
Yeah.
Only one reaction is allowed. And also, I use this example in our pre-play privately here, is when you play a card, you're playing it, in this case, I'm playing it for the event, right?
Yeah.
If somebody were to react, they're playing it as the reaction. That goes technically on top of the card.
Yep.
These resolve top to bottom. So the reaction will fire first. And if that negates the action, ta-ta for now.
You're done.
Okay?
Yeah.
So just FYI, that's how that plays out. All right. All that said,
You can roll poorly here. You got this.
I probably will. That's a 5. That sucks.
Yeah, you get to place an unrest though.
Yeah.
Upside.
Now you get to there can't be a second unrest in there.
Correct.
So
Yeah. It's out of here. I'm less concerned that you ripped my card and more that you just spit all over it.
yeah, I totally did. Sorry about that.
Maybe Uli can send me a replacement card.
Yeah. Right. All right. Cool. All right. That would be. Yeah. You ever been called John Boy?
I have. Yeah.
Okay.
Don't do it. Don't
No,
do it.
I'm not going to.
Yeah.
If he hadn't, I
No,
would
it's
have.
true. Inaugural.
Yeah. Okay.
Do something.
By my
Look at
German
what's going-
grandfather, actually.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Hold up. Where in Germany is he from?
Frankfurt.
Let's go Frankfurt.
All right. Go. All right.
I think that part of history is muddled for him.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. Oh God, that's dark. Okay. All right. Go. Wow.
All right.
Forget it.
So your failure on the roll
Yeah. That was
Helps
sad.
you out a little bit.
it did help me out
You're
because
welcome.
things
It
were
was-
getting
It
oppressive.
was a
Now you-
success
now you
in
can worry
our
about-
favor.
It was,
You
yeah.
can worry about things like poverty.
Exactly. Well, thanks for saying that because I am going to do help for the poor
Yeah.
when I was originally going to do a state of emergency.
Oh.
So
It wasn't great.
we're going to play a party card
Play it by your
for
board.
the event.
Okay.
And this is called Help for the Poor.
Okay.
So I get to remove poverty from any one city. So we're going to go to Essen.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we're going to remove poverty from
Yep.
that city.
Okay, gone.
I mean, obviously, what's happening there is that the workers have united, and that's why it's more prosperous
It's
now.
been
Well,
all spread.
for-
the
Yes,
wealth has been
comrade.
spread.
That's right.
For now.
We control the means of production now.
For now. And optional, I could add an inflation crisis and remove poverty from 2 more cities, which I'm not going to do
Okay.
because I don't want to add. Well,
That's what these are called. These are
What's
called
the worst that
crises.
can happen if you
Crisis
put?
markers.
Yeah.
Threat,
Well-
no, they're threat markers. They're
Okay.
threat markers.
we
very good.
collectively don't want that to go up. So
You're holding off.
I think I will do that. Let's add an inflation
Wow.
Ooh.
and remove this poverty.
Yeah.
I would like to point out there are
Do you
2 slots left.
and then do you just get and the last one's a roll?
Nope. And the last one is I get to add 2 of my SPDs to one of those cities.
Ah.
So do
So
I
that
want to
is
remove?
Essen, or
We're going to go to Essen.
Okay.
So I'm actually not going to be removing any. Adding, I would be removing
Well, you would remove one
Oh,
and then
not
add
if
one.
he's removing both of them.
both. But what I think I'll do is I'll remove KPD.
Okay.
From Essen?
Yep, and add an SPD.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that was you got to place 2 guys.
Yep.
And placing one guy was knocking him out, and then
Yeah.
and then placing your
There we
second
go.
one.
Let's
There
get
you
these guys
Exactly.
out of here.
go. We're gonna do something like this just to make you feel better.
Yep, I feel so much better now. So since this was a party card,
Yeah.
I can perform the event or debate or the actions. So I just decided to do the event, and this card gets removed from the game.
Yep.
Okay.
So
John Paul.
That's Pope to you. So we're gonna go with
Just the ring. All right.
we're gonna go with the the Reich's execution. I think is how you would say that.
Man, you must be from Hamburg. That
There's-
I
okay.
caught
must be
the
from
accent.
Hamburg,
Yeah,
yeah.
Okay. Go.
So this is I'm gonna play it for the event.
Okay.
It says the event is only playable if I am government, and I
Which
am
you
government. So the first thing I get to do is remove councils from a city.
Oh, thank God.
Whoa.
We're out of here.
Nice.
Get out
Well,
of here,
I'm glad.
councils.
Well, it's going to be a tough game for you since you're not going to place any more.
Let's just say
councils.
let's just say lessons were learned from our previous game. Then I also get to dissolve any whatever these are called. This unit was
Right.
a unit.
That's a worker.
Oh,
Yeah.
I guess-
I mean, I'm familiar with how your stance on workers.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're just,
That's not the
pieces to be moved around the chessboard.
That's not the
That's not how we feel about them.
That's not the only unit at this table there, Ken. All
Those
right.
are soldiers.
The
Oh,
long
so-
arm of the law.
So which would you rather I get rid of?
Oh, you're giving him a choice?
Doesn't
Yeah.
matter to me.
Or is it the illusion of choice?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
it's the illusion
Yeah.
of choice.
All right, so we're gonna get rid of because I don't really know effectively what
Yep.
the difference is. This is where multiple playthroughs would come in handy, being
Yes.
able to know the
And
implications.
For
as
sure.
the government, you don't really understand the workers. Anyway.
No, not at all.
That's
Why
right.
do I need to? Look, I put them in the factory, and then money comes out, and that's how it works.
Does that say I get to draw a card?
It does say you get to draw a card,
Okay.
and then
Well, I guess
Well, he's
lose-
energized
I mean,
you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Losing a council is a significant.
do you
Yeah.
want to flip over here? Or should I just grab it because it says I get to grab soldiers from here? I can just grab it. Do you want me to just grab it from there? Or did you want to flip?
Oh
back
no,
over
no,
there?
you're
Okay.
fine. I already showed him.
Very
You're
good. So
You're
then from off camera here, I'm going to grab soldiers, and it says I get to put that right here. So we're going to go in through here. We're going to exit through the gift shop. So right there.
A lot of stuff going on with soldiers right now.
So this means every round I will get to put down. I will get as long as it's
A
still in
base.
here. I'll get to put down someone here in one of these cities.
Yep.
Yep.
Then remove this card from the game.
And to touch on, Martin says DMVP should have waited till he had another point in reserve so he could add a +1 and a coup die. Yeah, I said not going to be super strong strategy. Look, I'm not going to make an excuse, but I'm about to do that 100%. Last 36 hours I've lived in this room, changing out cameras and microphones and getting every. Strategy is the last thing I'm focused on today.
I thought he was-
apologize.
I like how PPK pointed out that you're on theme, too. So
What?
Edward did the failed cop push of 1919
Oh, yeah.
brilliantly.
That's all I was trying to do. I'm trying to mimic history
I
here.
really feel like I am so far below everybody else in their understanding and memory of history. Like these are all very funny observations. They're going.
Well,
just
see, for
right over
me,
my head.
like I know where Germany was in
I-
World War One,
Wait, is it somewhere else now?
and then I understand German history from 1933 on.
Exactly.
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
But there is a huge gap in my knowledge
Yeah.
between 1918
Yeah.
and 1933,
Yep.
which I'm fascinated by this. Now, I've already started watching YouTube
Go down that rabbit
shows
hole, yeah.
and documentaries on the Weimar Republic because I find this fascinating.
You
right?
could end up on the wrong algorithm if you're not careful. but-
Yeah, and make sure I'm not searching for the wrong words.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
you know, yeah. So yeah, totally. And yeah, Shrey, am I seeing this much dual layer on the main
The whole
board?
thing,
Yes.
Oh yeah,
Yes, you
it's
are.
everywhere.
Everywhere you see difference in colors. So
Yeah.
there, all the insets, these,
Yeah.
these, those, up there in the DR track, the round track.
Like nothing is going to get shifted around with nudging the board. A
Yeah.
little bit.
It's insane.
I would do
really
it, but
is.
Edward would explode if I.
He
nudged his
he
board.
really would.
Yeah.
And yeah, so.
I'm not
All
gonna
right,
do that.
comrade.
So
All right.
on me,
Yeah.
I'm going to play a timeline event. It is the Spanish flu. Historically, I think happened a little bit later.
Yeah, but you know,
But
it's okay.
Bad times.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm going to let the event happen first.
Okay,
So we will roll some dice to add a poverty to
as
the
it
board.
shows. Okay,
Yep.
all right. So it's going to be a crisis roll. All right,
Are
go
you
for it.
rolling?
Every day.
Hang on.
Oh,
Stop.
oh, okay, hold on.
I get to. Oh, you're doing a crisis roll,
Right.
I'm just adding a
he's-
poverty.
He's
That's not
adding poverty.
but that's not an action in a city. Okay.
So
No,
that was
yeah.
number 6.
Yeah, Hamburg.
Hamburg.
Yep.
Poverty. Okay.
And then I can place a society marker from the poor. So I will place the one that has KPD on it, which allows me to place or move a unit.
Put that right in like that.
Yep.
Cool.
And then I'll take my actions, and I'm going to go
You get one more.
2 actions, and they'll be in Hamburg,
This is gonna be a long game, so
One
you better
here.
use it.
and 1 here. We'll
Wisely.
do that.
Okay, very good. So did you put those two? And that was not the result of a die roll. You just got to
You
do
just
that.
placed them.
Mhm.
Yep.
Good.
Yep.
I'm good. You can tell I've got my eagle eyes here.
Pause. You did the event. Now you can do a second thing, right?
I just did my second thing. I used 2 action points to move those here.
Oh, apologies.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Just
Yeah.
making sure.
Sorry. Yeah, I was
and
moving
removed
too-
from the
moving
game
too fast.
because of the event.
Removed
right?
from
Okay.
removed from the game because of the event. Exactly.
Carl Oberg says Babylon Berlin is an excellent show on Netflix.
I told you.
You told me about it. I'm not kidding. I'm gonna be starting that either.
Is it
well,
about
not
this-
tonight? But yeah.
It's
So.
a police drama pretty more or less. That's set during Weimar Republic.
Yeah. So
Oh, that sounds awesome.
exactly
Yeah.
right. Totally.
It's like
So-
later. I think maybe the first year is like 28, 29. So it's
Okay.
later on, but
Yeah.
it's
Stop telling me about good shows I need to watch.
Okay.
I don't have
Right.
any
Okay.
time to do anything
I-
else.
Man, this is going to be a hard one for me today.
You got an uphill battle.
Uh,
I mean, the board's not for us. The board's not looking as scary as it was, 10 minutes ago.
True, except for the DR, which I had.
Yeah. All right.
I want
Let's
to
see
wait
what I can
on
do about
that.
For
So I
the
have a
DR?
great card
Yeah.
for
fill it
leader.
Oh, yeah, that's not so great.
I think
You know what? I need to do it anyway. Yeah, that's so bad.
I like this.
Just a reminder. You guys can do the.
Yes, I'm looking at it.
Okay,
now.
I'm just pointing that out.
What's he pointing at? Oh, he's
Well,
talking
and
about
because
this.
if we don't do it, we have to add a
Yeah.
blockade.
Look, do we want? Let's mention that for a second. We haven't really gone over that, have we?
I
Sure.
mean, four crisis rolls doesn't seem like such a big deal.
I don't mind the crisis roll.
If you guys take the action, we'll cover it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So I am going to play Treaty of Rapallo.
Oh.
So this is a timeline card. So I'm going to go ahead and do the event first. Okay. Place the card next to the Foreign Affairs card. And
Well, it's only available for government.
the action is.
Right. Okay.
Right. Like I can't do this and the KPD can't do this. But
But you
for
have to
two
do
action,
that.
it has to go out there.
Yep.
Yeah.
2 action points. And you place 2 of my party members out into the cities, and then if they succeed on their roll, they score 2 points. KPD gets 1 in Parliament and reinforcements to the government supply, and then remove it from the game.
And does
So-
it say that you get a bonus if there are Soviet flags in play?
Yeah, if the Soviets.
Guys,
Yeah.
Don't guys me.
upside.
That was your
Nah.
best sales pitch.
That's
Guys,
it. Just
listen.
guys. You just walk into a room and you go, guys.
Soviet flags
Yeah.
are the way to go. Get those things out there,
um,
and then you get 1 action point /1 or you might debate.
or might debate, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so that said, that will go. Now, my question, and this I'm not 100% sure on, do you choose one of the 2 foreign affairs?
That I'm not sure on either. I
I'll,
know.
I'll look that up after my
Okay,
turn.
yeah.
Okay, all right. So that said, I think
This is not a foreign affair. So
It
you could choose to do this. It's available, but it's not a foreign affair.
It is essentially a foreign affairs action. You have to be in government to do it.
no.
Oh.
See, the action says foreign affairs.
Oh,
Yeah.
look at me.
it just probably
Don't
doesn't
listen to
trigger
What is it's the treaty of what?
Rapallo.
Oh.
Rapallo.
I made a mistake there. I should give him back 1 cuckoo choo.
Thank
Let's
you.
say that I get a seat in government.
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
and like I said, I couldn't not play it.
Yeah,
Right?
I mean,
I don't have a choice.
Yep.
So,
And if it's not resolved, it just hangs out basically.
yeah.
I think it just stays there forever because
The only thing I'm confused on these cards is the action points because I know how to do all this, but is it a party card, a timeline card?
This is
You can use it when you're taking
You
action.
know what?
Right. Yeah.
So if you played a 4-strength action, I think you could probably do both.
Yeah, I'll
Oh,
buy
yeah.
that. Yeah, because
Yeah.
you take 2 foreign affairs.
Oh, so I play a card for the ops.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. That's the cost.
yeah.
That's my action.
Okay.
I
It's
guess.
1 action point. Just banking it.
Just bank it,
I
defer
got it
till
now.
next time.
Yep.
It makes sense. Then.
Cool.
I got it. Yeah.
Okay. Done. So that's it. John, you're up.
Yeah.
And I'm fairly certain we figured that out, but I'm just going to double check it. So John, go ahead, sit back and take your turn.
Yep. All right. So I'm going to do Prussian stability. So this defines Prussia, by the way. So Prussia is Hamburg, Königsberg, Berlin, Breslau, Köln, and Essen. So it looks like
Okay.
Yeah.
So not Rostock and not the 4 southern provinces.
right.
Okay.
So I'm gonna. It's the timeline card. So I'm gonna do event and debate. So first, the Zentrum places 2 of your own in Prussia somewhere.
So 2 of
Yep. And remember, so I can tell you what Prussia is again. Hamburg.
You know what? Hold on.
Yeah.
Are they handy? They are. You know what's coming.
Yeah, X's.
Oh,
Go.
So okay, so this is going to be Prussia
Yep.
or not Prussia?
Yeah, this is Prussia.
Okay, so
this
Hamburg,
is Prussia.
Königsberg.
Yep.
Berlin. Breslau.
Have a good one, Harry. Thanks for hanging
Cologne.
out.
And Essen.
So
That's Prussia.
we are using this to mark off just for this action, or are those X's going to stay there? The
No,
whole
that's
No,
just
this
for
is
this. This
saying
is
what
for
Prussia
you.
is. Yeah.
So you can choose any of those. Couple of
Two.
things while you're thinking of that.
Yeah.
We are correct. You can choose the current or any other that is out there for the
Okay.
foreign affairs action.
Yeah.
Also, just reading chat, I might be behind here, but it says SPD needs to remove a second poverty for their event.
I did. I removed 2.
Okay,
you
cool.
did.
All right,
Yeah,
good.
Essen
Okay,
and
just making sure.
I added one, which
Yeah.
may be why their count is off.
Okay, fair enough. Cool.
And we'll go here. Done.
And welcome, Seth.
You
First
said
time
2.
live.
I had to add 2.
2 to Prussia, and then I add 2.
Okay.
It doesn't say they have to be different cities, so.
Oh, if it doesn't say, then it doesn't say. Yeah.
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 How much?
So
how
I
much-
think I'm going to go up to Berlin.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
With both.
Both.
Wow.
Ooh.
All right.
Whoa. Hey. Thank you.
And I get to remove unrest from any one city in Prussia, so I will remove the unrest.
Are you sure?
Well, yeah, because you can't. Well, kind of, because that gives you extra rolls, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
Remember,
whatever.
he loses points if there are regimes on the board.
Oh, fair.
Yeah.
right.
So let's get rid of that unrest. Let's settle things down in Berlin a little bit, and then I'm going to debate. So this is the first time we're doing a debate action.
Its values are 3 and 2.
I have 3 and 2. So I'm going to move.
That's a great card for you.
Yeah,
Let me see the discards when you're or the out of game when you're done.
I'm going to remove security to my 3, which is the hat.
Okay, so red is here, moving that to 3.
Yep, and protecting public law to 2.
2.
Yep.
And that was for both of yours. All right, cool.
And this goes in my discard. Does this discards go face up or face down?
Discard.
Discards face up.
Face up. Okay.
So how much table talk do we want to have going
Give
on
me
here?
1 second.
Sure. Because I
I was
So
gonna
no,
ask
you
but-
no, you got to add remove 3. Remove 1 from any city, and if you do that, and 2 more
that-
cities.
Oh, I know why I didn't do it, because there wasn't another one.
No, there was one in Königsberg.
we missed it.
Poverty.
Yeah.
Okay, there
this
you
one
go.
this one is new. It came
That one
after
is-
your
okay.
action.
Fair enough.
This one was there.
Got
Thank
it.
you,
Yeah.
Peanut
Thank
Gallery.
you.
Thank
Yes,
you.
Thank you.
All right, cool. All right,
Now, how much table
Oh,
talk
from
do
2
we
more
want to
cities.
allow?
Yeah, that's what it says. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I need certain people to do certain things.
sure.
Yeah.
Great.
There's nothing wrong with that.
I
But
was going to
nothing's
ask you what
binding.
you were going to do.
I really need your help to make sure this does not get out of control.
Does that mean
Well,
you're
I think
putting
we
more,
all need to
does
do
that
that.
mean
Can
you're
I-
putting more threat markers in there?
Am I allowed to tell him what I've got in my
Oh
hand?
gosh. Hey guys. Speaking of things being bad. Oh no, we did put one in there. Okay,
Yeah, we
that
did.
makes me
No,
feel
we're
better.
fine,
Okay.
yeah.
All right.
I don't think you should add any more to that.
I
Because-
also don't think I should.
Because if we don't complete Treaty of Versailles, we're adding one.
Yep. Okay.
Well, problem solved. Just do the Treaty of
Oh, you have to roll
Versailles.
4 or higher, and there's no French flags out. So
Oh boy.
if you can get a French flag out, it'll make more sense because we'll have a better chance of.
All
If you
right.
get a
treaty.
Soviet flag out,
I
you could
would
do another one, which
argue
would also
that
be
you
great.
can talk most as much as you want, but I would say when it comes to specific cards in your hand, I would say yeah.
Niet. Don't say niet.
Oh, nah. Nine.
Nine. Yeah.
Sorry.
Uh,
Wrong country.
I'm
Yeah.
good with Niet.
Yeah.
I bet you are. Okay, so I'm gonna play Returning Soldiers. It's a timeline card, so that means I get to play it for the number here at the top, and then also I have to do the event, and I can choose the order. I'm not going to play this for a debate because it's got a 2 and a 0, which means
Not so good for debate.
Not
Not
so
really
good for
good for
debate.
events either, but or
Uh,
for action points either. But
Right.
But two, you know,
it is
two-
what it is.
2's better than 0.
nothing. You got to play it at some point.
You can do the treaty.
I could do the treaty. Oh yeah, we want to get those off.
Go ahead, Paul. Take your turn.
Yeah, I'm gonna do this foreign affairs. I'm feeling lucky.
Oh, glorious. All right.
So, first thing that happens is, oh boy,
Oh,
if the
wrong
wait,
one.
I may not. Hang on a second, because if we look at it, the first thing that happens is we would have to add this violent piece to it,
True,
and then
but you take the blockade out.
if I'm lucky, I would get to take the blockade out. If I'm not lucky,
Not lucky. 4. It's a 50%.
you have not seen me play Warhammer. I play orcs.
But you're not playing Warhammer.
Yeah.
the
This
dice
is
don't
Weimar.
care. The dice don't care.
So
but-
you're swapping one for another, but you don't get one at the end. So it's really
And
take
but I've
two
got
out.
this guy.
Yeah.
Take 2 out.
I've
add
got
one.
this guy to help me out too.
Right.
That's right.
So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna wait a minute. Why am I listening to you?
No, I'm trying to
So
help.
All right.
I'm gonna follow this.
Okay, so which are you doing first?
Foreign
I'm gonna-
affairs first.
I'm gonna do this first.
Okay,
For
so-
2 action points.
So read through it, John, since it's facing you.
Yep.
Yep.
So
Every
he's
time.
spending 2 action points, and
Yep.
the action is foreign affairs, only available for the government.
Yep.
So what you're going to do is you're going to add violent peace
Yeah.
to the DR,
Okay,
and
done.
DNVP gets to add 2.
Watch your hand. There
Yep.
you go.
Gets
Yep.
to add 2 out to cities,
Yep. Put those 2 out.
And more importantly,
and 1 to Parliament.
1 to Parliament. Hey.
Ayo.
All right.
There we go. All right, so 2 to the cities. I like unrest. Unrest is good. You know what? Yep. Burglar.
You should get in here to get rid of these
Please.
councils too.
Noted.
It's really not his job.
Yeah.
Get rid of the-
Really not.
well, if he wants points, it is.
Okay.
Oh, interesting.
And now I'm about to roll.
all right. Fine. I will do this.
Thank you.
Very
There
good.
you go.
Doesn't mean I'm removing.
That's all it
But
takes.
Anyway, yeah.
Okay.
And now keep going.
Yep. So you're gonna roll 1 die plus 1 per French flag.
Of which there are 0.
None. Okay. Here's what they look like.
Of course, they're big.
Those are nice pieces.
Yeah,
too.
big and chunky, just like all the others.
Yes, they're lovely.
So now if you roll a 4 or higher, you get 2 points, and we move the foreign affairs tracker.
Now does that say in a city? So this is not an action point in a city, is it?
What do you mean?
So I'm saying for the purposes of reacting.
There's no reaction.
No,
There's no
no
reaction
reaction,
available
yeah.
for this.
And we'll get to remove blockade, and government has to do
A crisis roll.
crisis roll.
Now,
Alright.
Alyssa, is Alyssa our odds person, or is that someone else?
Yeah,
who's our
but
odds
she's a
person?
game night right now.
Oh, okay.
It's 50%. It's not hard.
Yeah, but if I use Gustav, here we go.
25%
Oh.
chance of failing both times.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
boy.
So
Well,
yeah.
there you
so-
go.
Come on,
so
let's
you
see
know-
Challenge
those-
accepted.
Come on.
Let's see the wheels of government turn here.
All right,
Okay.
fail. So
Let's
now
go
you have the DMP, which is, or a DVP,
The DDP,
right? Okay, which is
allowing me to re-roll any dice roll, including my own, and then I flip the card to show that I can't use it again. It's
Okay.
inactive.
come on.
There we
There
go.
it is.
Easy.
Congratulations.
There you go. So 2 points for Paul,
2 points for me.
and we advance from Versailles. That comes off.
Remove blockade,
And remove the blockade.
and
Done.
we each have to do a government roll. Or
Okay,
a
and we'll
crisis
do that
roll.
in a second, and then that goes away.
Yeah.
So now the crisis
All right,
roll.
take it.
We'll
Okay.
take this
No,
one.
yeah, sure.
All right.
You have
So
the
2
honors.
die, or just 1 die. Sorry, just 1 die. And going off
Oh,
of this.
right.
So Paul,
Wait, it's a single crisis
A
roll is
single
2
die.
dice, and you
Yeah.
choose the highest.
Yes,
yeah,
you
correct.
choose the highest. That's
Yeah.
right.
So
Well-
two dice choose the highest.
Well,
You
I
take
don't
the
know.
highest.
You take the highest.
Yeah,
I
of
think
course.
is a better way to
You are
word
forced
that.
to choose the highest. And
Would
that's
you like
6.
a 2 or a
That
6?
is a 6.
Yeah, no effect.
Nothing.
That's what you want.
That is a 4.
So I remove 1
And
from Parliament.
remove 1 from Parliament.
You had plenty anyway.
That's acceptable to me.
I'll take that.
Whatever.
And then finally, we turn over the next,
Foreign Affairs card.
which is going to be 1921 London.
What? How did you know? That's, by the way,
For clarity's
this is-
sake, you can look at all of the cards at any time.
Yeah, you can look
So-
at these or the round cards.
They're
now,
all known,
when we
yeah.
say any time, or any card, you can't look through the time. But
Yeah,
these
yeah, but
two
those two
decks,
decks.
yeah, you can. So, with that said, London Ultimatum put out some DMVP, and the government does some crisis rolls, and then depending on if they're American and British flags, do stuff and get points, and
And if it's
yeah.
during round 2 or 3, you
get a plus one to your die roll.
So, I mean, yeah.
So you got to roll 5 or higher. So that's
Alrighty. So now that I've
and that gets rid of all inflation. It looks like.
it does.
Yeah.
Gets rid of all. No, it puts down. No,
Puts
it's the
down
opposite.
inflation.
It puts
inflation.
down inflation.
Which
Places.
one gets rid of all the inflation? Oh, the Reichs.
Yeah,
the
it
rent
puts
and
down
mark.
rent and
inflation
mark,
yeah.
and violent
Rent and
peace.
mark.
Yeah, we don't want that. So we got to wait before we do that. Coming back to my timeline card. Now that I've done now that I've spent the points, now I'm going to do the event. And the first is I add this Uber military to the
supply.
to the government's supply,
Yeah.
so to be used later. And then only if this is played in my first or second impulse of this round, which it is. This is my
Second impulse.
Yep, my second impulse. If the men in hats is on the opinion track, advance it 3 spaces. Otherwise, I put the men in hats on my 3 space.
On your 3 space.
Yep.
So that comes out.
And it immediately goes right there.
Not to be confused with men without hats.
Man, these are definitely men with,
Men with
hats.
hats.
There is no safety dance here.
Yeah.
This is
There's
yeah.
nothing safe
This is the
about
security
this.
dance.
Yeah.
Similar.
Yeah.
Similar,
Yep.
but different.
Yeah.
Or the reparations dance.
Right. And
Yes. And then, so this is done. Remove this card from the game.
done.
Done.
All right. And so now that we kind of spelled this out, you've
Yep.
seen basically most of
Mhm.
how an
All the
impulse
Yeah.
Yep.
round goes. So
Yeah.
now this said, just play it in front of you,
Yeah.
play it in your normal spot, talk us through it, and then go. And
How many-
that'll pick up the pace.
How many
3.
cards? Three. Okay.
How many do you have?
4.
And
Because he
start.
drew one.
And start.
Yes.
I mean, he did get to remove one of my councils for free.
Right.
There is that.
So
Which pissed you off, so you get to draw a card.
That's how it works.
speaking of councils,
Germany has not fallen 9 yet.
we're gonna play this for the APs,
4?
and
Wow.
we're just gonna coup Hamburg.
See? Didn't say it. I am not reacting.
Good.
Right. So my base is to have 4 dice, and with a +1 because there's both unrest and poverty.
Oh, you needed both there.
What?
Well, he doesn't need, but he
Well,
likes
the
it.
the extra die for unrest.
Yeah.
And the +1 to the roll because of poverty.
Okay, so
Yeah. You
I am not reacting.
Paul?
And you're adding something to a city?
No. Well.
yeah, I mean, I would be
he's-
adding
yeah,
something to
he's
Hamburg. Yes.
chewing.
Yeah.
So you're gonna do your you have your auto for free.
I'm gonna,
react, I
and that's
guess.
what I'm doing, yeah.
Yeah. Jump
So
in there.
here we
pal.
go.
Bad roll. Let's go.
That's not very nice. That's not very sporting.
It is what I want.
2.
What
No
happens?
effect.
Oh, so you don't actually like mess yourself up, right?
No, I did not trip and fall.
Okay,
No.
that's
So that is not a critical failure.
All right. Here we go. One of these dice needs to be a 5. That's all.
No.
What are the
Or
odds-
lower.
odds of that? Oh my god! All
What
of
is
them
this
were a
one?
5.
You know what?
Is that just is that an
they're all
auto? Is that
5s
just an
and
auto
6s.
win?
That's it.
Yeah,
I
that's
think
one
I
of the
rolled a
conditions.
No, you rolled a 6.
9.
You rolled a 6.
Those are all 6s
Why?
because I have +1.
No. Only natural 6s give you the +1.
Oh.
So no, you rolled a 6. You rolled a 7. Fine.
Oh no!
And here is where I'm going to call our comrade a liar.
Nah.
I mean, now
No.
I have 2 out again, so I
No.
won't put any more.
No, that's not what you said.
Well, I didn't know he had a magic card that would let me lose a council. So.
Well, I didn't know you were going to lie.
I
I
think if
didn't
we
lie.
play the tape back, what he'll say is that I said he wasn't going to put them down.
Yeah, so second council. Now I've got 2. I'm happy.
You told a red lie.
a pink lie.
A little pink
Yeah, a
lie.
little pink lie.
Oh,
I just want the people to be happy, guys. That's all.
We're up to our
Do
knees.
you see
here
this right here?
No, I think we're okay.
Do you see this right here?
Okay.
Yeah.
That's all.
That's
Just
okay.
workers. Just workers being workers. That's all I got.
And I'm okay with you as long as you keep these regimes out.
Yeah.
We're okay.
I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah.
I could.
I don't like it.
Do me a favor though, no more poverty. Let the people eat. I mean, you're a man of the people, right?
I didn't do it on purpose. It was the flu.
All right,
John.
let them eat.
It was the
That's-
flu.
That's okay.
Yeah, it's not on my. That wasn't on my card. That was on the timeline
Okay,
card.
sure.
So I'm going to have to play it no matter what.
Yes, you might as
Right.
well.
So here you go. The Reichstag election
Okay,
here. Yeah, I feel good about this.
it's not.
So,
the,
it's a timeline
and,
card.
and Reichstag election because that won't come back. It looks like.
Yeah, I can.
Yeah.
So it is. It's a timeline. So we're going to do the event, and then I will take the 3 action points. Okay. So that said, where was the 4th unit from? People are asking.
You rolled 4
I guess.
dice. You rolled 4 dice. Where'd you get them from? You had 1 for unrest, 1 for each of the 2 units.
I got confused. Sorry, guys. There's a demonstration that gives me an extra 1. So
But it doesn't matter. It didn't affect anything.
Yeah, because
so
it was
we're good to go.
6-5. So
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's
Fair
still,
enough.
it's still worth.
very
Yeah.
tiny, very tiny asterisk.
Another evidence of a lie.
Communist. All right. So all players.
Okay.
If you have a city with 2 or more of your own people in them,
Do not.
move 1 from that city to Parliament, and then, depending on how many you have there, score some points.
Oh.
So I'm
Don't
scoring
have a
some points here.
So
Great.
that will go there. That is 5. 5 to 7 is 1 point. 1 point for the DMVP. Thank you very much.
I'm moving 1 from Essen and 1 from Berlin,
These are 2-sided,
Yeah.
hidden trackable.
which puts me at 8. How many points is that?
8 is 3
Nice.
points.
Thank you, sir.
Saw
Now,
that coming from a mile away.
I am not going to move any. Does that mean I also don't get to do the then?
No, you get to do the then.
I would say then you count how many you
So you
have
get a
there,
point.
so it's a point.
Great.
And
I don't have any.
the KPD has 4. You know what 4 isn't?
5.
Anything?
5. So
Yep.
yeah.
Nice.
All right. So now 3 points, action points,
You can
Yep.
turn them over too, Paul, if you want.
and we're gonna do this again. We've learned our lesson
Okay.
here in the coup.
Nope.
3 points, 3 action points. So we're gonna get 3 dice, same place.
Your coups are cheaper.
His coups are cheaper.
I mean, that's the way
Cheap
we roll.
coups.
You can spend for the extra point.
I do not get a 4th die, unlike a comrade cheater over here. I only get 3
Yep.
because there's no unrest there. So 3 dice.
Yep.
There is no poverty. However, I will spend my 2 action reserved to get a +1 on all 3 of my dice.
Yep.
Is anybody reacting to this?
And
No.
you're, and
Do you want your auto response?
yeah, let's do that.
4.
No effect.
Well, you're doing this in you're doing it in
Berlin.
Berlin. Yeah.
Yeah.
No effect.
Okay. 3 dice. Need a 5.
Very high chance with 3 dice.
Heyo, so that's a 7.
Yep.
So for me, I get to place a regime marker
Another
and
unstable state.
another unstable state. Unlike
Good
the
news.
various areas out here where you can only have 1 of a certain type, all you can eat up in the DR box.
The good news for you guys is that unstable state marks. There's only 2 of them.
Yeah, so there can't be
They
any
are,
more.
they are
of those.
piece limited.
So, hey,
So,
Oh,
congrats. Hey, I'll be honest.
Uh,
Putting that out from a gameplay standpoint feels great.
I bet. it
Putting
is.
that out from a moral standpoint feels terrible.
Yeah, I think we can all accept that this is a simulation and not an endorsement.
Right. So, all right, this is just a discard.
Yeah.
So the discard, honestly, I'm just going to put a face up right here underneath it.
We're not going to get to that.
Yeah. All right. That is the DMVP's turn. So, hey, how about a round of applause for the DMVP?
No.
Great job.
that's not
Maybe
gonna happen.
maybe taking it a little too far.
Yeah.
All right. Sorry.
Okay.
Are y'all following along? Are you enjoying this? At
I am.
home.
Sure.
I am.
I'm having a great time.
Yeah, I'm digging it. I'm really, really concerned about the state of this game. I'll tell you that right now about where things are headed. I'm not feeling great.
Well, I'm just going to say
Yeah.
that if the game were to go into anarchy at this moment,
Yeah.
I win.
Yeah.
that's right.
That is very
Because
true.
they would each lose 8.
We don't have 8 to lose.
Ken has 0.
You
Yeah.
have 1 point.
And I have some number of points.
Yeah.
That's right.
So there we go. Just saying, right?
All right. I don't feel great about this, but we'll see. So I'm going to play Pact with Old Powers, which
Okay.
lets me add 2 military to any one city. Now, can I take these 2?
No, I think it probably tells you specifically. Or is it
They're
just
just
blank?
blank.
What? Yeah, then you absolutely can.
Okay.
Yep. You sure can.
Any white tokens.
Yeah.
Okay, so these 2 are going to go here.
Ooh. Hey.
Looking good.
And I get to perform a counter coup or fight in that city.
Okay.
Now, I'm new to this, so
Yeah, we haven't done this.
Yeah.
So, okay. So,
Oh, we're doing fight. Fight.
Or, I don't know yet because they give me 2 different things. Here.
Yeah.
So fight would be 1 die plus 1 for each of these. So I would roll 3 die,
Yeah.
right?
No, because these
Oh.
are 2 each.
So 4,
You'd roll 5 dice.
Yeah.
5,
By the way, you are capped
At
at 5 dice.
Yep.
and then -1.
minus of opposition. So, I
So
think
there's
that would be
3.
So you'd roll 2
I roll-
dice.
Right, because
5
he's got
minus
he's
3.
got
three
You
on
roll
there,
2 dice.
and there's no KPD.
Yeah.
There are not.
Now, I can't
Unfortunately for
use
you.
the action points, right?
Well, you
Oh.
Or can I?
Well,
so you're spending 2.
you cannot because
No, because these are my events.
Yeah.
Oh,
so no, you're okay.
You would have to have it in reserve.
Yeah.
yeah,
You could
because
you could use your action points first.
No,
Two in
because it's a
reserve.
party
it's
card.
faction. It's a
Oh,
party
it's a
card.
party card.
That's what I was about to
Mm,
say.
yeah.
If it were a timeline card,
Yeah.
you could book 2 of them.
Yep.
Yeah.
Take the action and then do the event. But
Okay.
alas, you
So
That's
I can
right.
roll 3, and if I roll a 5 or
2.
higher,
2.
roll
2. If I roll 5 or higher, I can remove one of his skulls.
yeah.
Or I can counter coup. So I get a die for each of those. So that's 4
Yeah.
minus 3 again.
Yeah.
So that's 2. There's no prosperity there.
No, that's 1.
1 die.
for each of your units, which is 4, minus 1 for every my
You only
units,
roll
which is
1.
3.
Oh, because that's plus.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'd only roll 1. And if I roll a 5 or higher, I can remove his regime.
I'm going to pause you for 1 second. I'm not. Is own? Are these your own?
Yeah, they for
For government.
For government.
for
Okay,
government.
yeah,
that's
sure.
right, yeah.
Yeah.
And if
Otherwise, it would have.
And if your red ones, I
Specific
think, would
picture.
also count as yours as well too.
Yeah,
They would, but I don't have them out.
Very
yet.
good.
So,
Okay.
so now I
Of
just
course,
have to
you're different because
decide
whether you're in government or not, you can always use the police.
Yep, correct.
2 die, 5 or higher, or 1 die, 5 or higher to either remove a skull or a regime. So that's my decision.
2 dice, 5 or higher, or 1 dice, 5 or higher.
To remove 1
Everybody
die for
with
this,
beer,
2 die for
whole
one of those.
fancy.
So what do you think?
I think this is more important,
But that's just 1 die.
but that's
for a
1 die
counter coup.
for a 5 or higher.
And to be clear, hold on, before we go removing the let me put a little bit of a point on this.
Okay.
2 council markers. 2.
Yeah.
This
yeah,
is
yeah.
a double strength, right? So it's
Yeah, this is
But it's
Twice
one
as
marker.
effective.
But it's 1 marker.
yeah.
And it took 2 attempts to get it in there.
Well,
Well,
Edward makes
sure.
a good point. If I go down here,
Mhm.
I would get an extra die because there's only 2 here as opposed to 3.
That's true.
Sure. But of course, you don't
It-
care about that from a scoring perspective, but you do care about that.
That's true. It would also let me remove an unrest, which would help him. I don't necessarily care about unrest.
Yeah.
Edward could get in the mix here with the unrest and remove the council himself.
So what I would say, I would love the regime to go, but a 5 and 9 chance to take out a troop is probably better than a 1 and 3 chance to take out the regime.
Right. Yeah, because then I could go back.
The regime's a problem for another day, I think.
Because there's
Would
less
you get to
troops.
choose
Yeah.
the troop that goes?
I think so, yeah.
And that's what I was like, the 2 strength or the 1 strength.
Yeah.
All right, let's get 2 die.
Let's do it. 2 dice.
I'm not going to...
I will not react to you.
I'll refrain from the dice roll.
I don't have the opportunity to react.
So
I'm not
this
there.
is success on a
I'm fighting.
right.
Yeah.
So it's 5 dice minus 3 dice is 2 dice.
Yep.
And then it's a 5 or higher.
But if I roll a 1...
If you roll 2 1s, then that's bad.
No, just 1... Yeah, 2 1s, yes. Yeah. I have to add unrest there, and I lose
And you lose
from Parliament.
Yeah.
There you go. Look, how about a 44?
It's a 1
44?
Yeah.
1 and
Ellie
36.
Dela Cruz, Eric Davis.
Let's see what I
44.
can do for you.
Hey,
Yes.
so 5 up. You get to remove an opposition token, and I think you get to choose, right?
I am looking at whenever you remove.
So if you go to fight,
Fight,
maybe
fight,
it says it.
Street fighting right here.
So we got some troops there now,
We got some troops.
and not a lot of opposition.
Oh,
So if
here.
you can clean up Berlin pretty easily, probably.
Yes, I can with a counter coup.
Here it is.
Mm, I think I know what I'm going to do next, and that is stall. And let's see what
Let's
happens.
see what happens.
Yeah, let's see what happens.
All right. Well, this is getting removed. I can't remove unrest. There's just none there. So
Yeah.
that's getting removed from the game.
Solid card.
Yeah. As long as I rolled. Otherwise,
Yeah.
I mean, it shows of the dissolve one unit. It doesn't say. So I mean, obviously
was-
you're going to do a 2 strength.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
There we go. So that was your action.
Mhm.
Now we'll go to me. And like I said, I am going to stall. And that stall is Keeper of Tradition. What that lets me do is, and I'm going to play it. Should I play it for the debate? No, I'm not going to play it for the debate. Do I want to? No, I'm just trying to survive right now. So let's put out farmers. I'll put that right there.
Oh, sorry.
That's
Yeah,
okay.
I dropped the ball.
Yeah.
There you go. Yep.
Farmers, we
Go
just
ahead.
added that right there. And then I get to put 2 of my people here in any 1 or 2 cities. I need to be here, and I need to be here. Done. And then I remove this card from the game.
All right.
Steph Hamburg says TV series Babylon Berlin is based on the books by Volker Kutscher.
Oh.
The books, by now there are 9 in the series,
wow.
are way better than the TV series.
Wow.
Definitely recommend the books, which awesome. Thank you for that. And it's about Gerion Rath,
Yeah.
inspector at the police of Berlin in the late 20s, early 30s. So yeah.
Steph, are they available in English?
Yeah, good. That's probably an important question.
If
Yeah.
there's 9 of them, I would assume probably.
No,
Yeah, probably.
no, that means there's none.
That means there's no books available. I
There's
see what he
9.
did. Yeah, I see what he did there.
Okay.
Show's
All right,
over.
I'm done with it. I'm done. I'm done.
I'd
All right.
rather-
Show's over.
Can we go back to Goo Goo Kachu?
Yeah. Seth says the board looks really nice, but the small busy cards with tons of icons put me off. I'll be honest. I'm not telling you you're wrong, Seth,
Yeah.
but I will say that the icon, it actually is.
In person, it's very easy.
It's really easy.
And on
It
the
is
other
really
side of
clear.
these, there's less words, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
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 You can, on the main board or your player board, you can flip it over,
Yeah.
and it's just icon-centric in less words.
Oh, there's more
Yeah.
As you
picture.
get more-
There's more
There's more-
background picture.
Background
Yeah,
picture,
yeah.
That's cool.
So, all right. Anyway, Ken.
I just have to put these guys out now. I wish I could do this in a slightly different order, but I cannot. So I'm going to play the Rote Frontkämpferbund.
Beautiful.
So the red.
Dig it.
I don't know that long compound word, but red something.
Yeah.
I'm going to add 3 reinforcements to the supply,
Mm.
and then I'm going to use this card to debate.
All right.
So economy those are always good for me. So we'll go ahead and move this here.
You put economy out, and I don't see you doing anything with it.
Um,
Now look at the position we're in here.
and then reparations.
Ooh, yeah.
That means I get to draw an extra card next time, right?
Yeah.
Just draw 1 party card for the next round.
For reparations.
Yes.
And you also
yeah.
you also become the star player.
I mean,
Yeah.
so
Wow.
and that's
Okay.
a lovely card.
Okay.
It is now out of play.
All right.
We're working on it, Avalanche. I cleaned up
Steph,
Berlin a little bit.
Steph says I think they're in
In English as well.
In
Okay.
English. I mean,
If we can get some mobilization out to some cities too.
I mean, we are just trying to survive this right now.
Well,
my
everybody
friend.
should be.
No, Edward doesn't care. Edward wants this to
It
happen.
depends how long you want to play the game.
Yeah.
all that means I get to dust in here. I get to clean up. I get to
So anarchy brings you dusting.
yeah. Basically, what I'm trying to
That
tell
is
you.
not what I was taught in anarchy school.
You learned so many things in anarchy school.
That's right.
Yeah.
How to make Molotov cocktails.
Yeah. Tennis ball bombs.
Yeah. What to do after you've
Yes.
achieved your political objectives. Oh, wait, no.
No.
We didn't really
No, yeah.
learn that.
No.
And that would be great, but can't do it. So I am debating.
In a game mechanical sense?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Right. Like debating on what action, but yeah, fair. So again, we only have 1 play under our belt on this, so I'm not 100% sure Wow, that seems really good. I so want to do a lot of this. So what I'm debating is how to use my cards that are left. Now, they can tell that these are
Yours.
faction cards because obviously they're different than the timeline.
So they're going to be all good for you largely.
Right. And so all right. So I'm going to play fulfillment politics. I am not playing it for the debate, and I'll explain why. Or I'm sorry, not for the event. I apologize.
Okay.
It says, put 2 of my markers on top of the foreign affairs card. When the next foreign affairs section is performed, put both figures in play, each as one on board and one in parliament, okay?
Yeah.
So if you go and you take a look at the foreign affairs card, I'm already placing 2 out there. Like, they're not motivated to do that anyway, and all I'm doing is disincentivizing them to do it. So I don't think that makes a lot of sense from my standpoint, at least.
So you're going to use that to debate.
So either debate or action. So allow me, because look, I'm focused on the stream itself more so than the strategy of my game, and so it takes me a little bit to work through some of this stuff, but. Mobilize, okay, I can put my one little piddly unit out. Okay. Reserve, whatever. Coup, it's 3 points. I could definitely coup somewhere if I wanted, but the thing is, I'm not super strong anywhere right now, so outside of Berlin, and I can't have multiple regime markers in the same city, so that doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I mean, the only place where you'd even have a die roll is Essen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Demonstrating, I could, at a base of 1, I could demonstrate in Berlin if I wanted. But again, doesn't seem great. However, I would like to bring your attention to take control. For 2 action points. I can flip over the super police.
Yep.
To the side that matters.
Oh, boy.
And you could place your other guy with your mobilize action for next, right?
Right. And basically turn that into a really strong hold for me.
Of course, others have to take control action as well.
Yeah, for sure. But
then it's a tug of war.
And they're not focused on that. They want to... Because you don't have...
I do not.
Right?
Mm-mm.
Okay. So I'm tempted to do that.
You have it. John has it, but it's really expensive. Paul has it, but it's the same price as yours.
But the other option I have is 3 and 3 on the debate.
3 and 3 on the debate's pretty good.
That ain't nothing to sneeze at, right? Because again, the extra card, that's an extra action. 1, 2, because you moved it from up here.
Yeah.
You kind of did it a little bit.
Paul's is like pretty close to you, so it wouldn't have been that far for you anyway, but it's a little closer.
It is a little bit, right?
Yeah.
The thing is, these other ones...
You don't care about that much. Yeah.
Not so much. So I think what I am going to do with this, I guess so. I'm going to actually take them for the, action points.
Yep.
So I will take control. I'm sorry.
You're going to mobilize your other guy?
That is 2.
Oh, you could also demonstrate, I guess.
I could demonstrate there, which allows me to put out more. But the only thing is I don't want to put them out there. I could, however, demonstrate, or I book the point. That's the, so book it meaning boost my reserve. But you know what? I think I'll actually demonstrate in Munich.
It has to be in the same city if you're using action points.
Ah, that's right. Forgot.
So give control back and let's...
Booking the point could also work, though.
Points.
I mean, I could mobilize it. I know, but there's nothing I can do about that right now. So, you know what? I'll book it. That's me, and it just goes into my discard.
Yep.
Done. That's me.
All right.
John.
I am very worried about the Durchstrike.
Yep.
Hopefully I'm understanding this correctly.
So the DR box, right?
The DR box. We went through Versailles.
Yep.
Does this have to get resolved also at this phase? The London ultimatum?
No. Keep in mind, it does not. And also note that it does not have anything here. It does not say that anything bad happens if you don't do it.
Right.
Versailles.
So
is
no,
only
Versailles. So hand me the Versailles card.
Yeah, it says at end of round,
Okay.
add blockade.
Well,
right there. So that is
Okay.
the scary part.
good,
but
because
it doesn't.
if I did the London Ultimatum and rolled a 5 and higher, the
we
game would
lose
be
the
over.
game.
Right.
So don't do that.
Or
won't.
I see.
Wait, why would it be over?
Because
Because
it
it would add.
adds 2. It adds 1 immediately, and then if I roll a 5 or higher, it adds another one.
Oh, which
And-
one does it add immediately?
Violent Peace.
Violent
Oh
peace.
yeah,
and
which
then it
is
adds
still
inflation.
available.
Yeah.
Still available.
Hold on. I would like to point out, you guys wouldn't lose. I would just win.
That's the same thing.
Yeah.
No, it's really not.
And when Edward wins, we all win.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Because
isn't
then
that
we're
right?
allowed to go
Yeah.
home.
That's true.
Yeah.
I don't want to go home yet. But if he gets control of government, he could do that himself. But,
Yep.
Yeah, there.
all right.
Yeah, but then
so
I would lose 8 points. So
Yeah, that's
there's
true.
that.
That's true.
Then we would win.
But one of each of these is coming out after you guys figure, right? Because these are ones that if you go down to the,
Yeah.
you always lose an unstable state and a violent peace. If they're
Oh
in there.
yeah,
So
if we survive this
those
round, those will
will
go
drop.
away.
Yeah.
And to answer Paul's question, can you do actions multiple times, like within your? Yes, you can. But I only had 3 points, so I would have needed 4. That you bet your smoke tails.
Your
I
sweet
would've-
bippy.
Yeah, right.
Now there are some actions you can't do multiple times on your same turn.
Like demonstrate.
Yeah.
Yep. All right.
All right. So I'm going to play a timeline card, a National Assembly in Weimar. So I'm going to do the event first, which is search my draw deck for any politician card, add it to my hand, and then shuffle the draw deck.
Okay. And
And
then
then play any card from my hand. And remove an unrest
From the board
from a
somewhere.
city. So
Okay.
these are the politicians. So I'll just take him. I'll shuffle this in a second.
I'll shuffle it while
Okay.
you're, if you want, and then you're gonna
Remove an
card.
unrest. Yeah. Let's remove.
I mean, this is the one that. Oh, but I guess if you lose points if there's more than.
No, not me. He doesn't
I
want
do.
unrest.
I don't want.
I don't want
unrest.
poverty.
But you guys also don't you lose points if there's multiple in a city?
So there's no losing points. I don't think there's just missing out on points.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
not
Oh, I
gaining
see.
points.
Okay,
Right?
cool.
So let's remove it from Essen. Thank
Okay.
you.
Because that's one
Wait,
where
wait,
you
wait.
don't
That's
have a counselor
Okay.
regime currently. So
This is driving me nuts. They're not all facing the same.
and then don't you still get to do?
Yep, and then I can debate or take an action, and I get to. Oh, let me play a card from my hand first.
Wait, what now?
He's doing this in kind of. He's
So I
jumping
took
around
my
a little.
politician. Edward shuffled, and it says play any card from your hand.
Wow.
Yeah, and remove an unrest, and then I still have a.
So
action
we're
point.
gonna put this back while you play because whatever
Sure.
you play could affect that.
So I'm gonna play the politician I just took
Sure.
to debate.
All right. So your debate is
3 and a
3 and
2.
2. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So let's just go. Let's
You are Rojo. All right.
So let's do 1, 2, 3,
Okay.
Okay.
and let's lock this.
Hey, Avalanche. What are you referring to there? If you don't mind unpacking for me a little.
Let's lock this in.
Okay. That's 2
Yep.
and 3. Done.
And then I have one more. I can debate with the National Assembly because it's a timeline card.
Mm.
So I have 1.
It's a 1-0.
We're,
So
we're
yeah.
still working down the event.
Yep.
So,
Yeah, played the card.
Yep. and then
Remove the unrest.
Yep.
And now I'm going to do the debate. And let's just move this over here.
All right. That is legit. All right. Discard or
This
from
gets
the
removed from the
or
game.
whatever that might be.
Oh no, I'd use that for debate. Okay, so this gets this card. Okay.
Yeah, the one thing that I definitely want to stress to people at home is when you're playing this, remember you're only removing the card from the game if you play it as the event. Take your time, stop, think about it because it's easy to confuse discard or out of the game. So just take your time with that. All right.
So you cannot add a third violent piece to the DR because there are only 2 violent piece tokens.
Oh yeah. There are only 2
Yeah.
physical. Okay.
And
yeah.
those are piece limited.
But
Yeah.
there is a piece and an inflation left. So
Oh yeah.
All
There's
right.
plenty of fun stuff over there.
There is.
Oh, fun. You put using very large air quotes there. We're going to go...
It's the FU and fun.
So we're going to go Wilhelm Marx, politician. I will not play him as a reaction to a debate. I will instead play him as a debate.
Okay, 3-2.
Yeah.
And yeah, Shrey, you are correct. Shrey's like, I saw that John's draw deck wasn't all facing the same way. I assumed Edward offered to shuffle some. Well, no.
How could he tell?
Because some of them were upside down
Yeah.
when you were going through it.
Okay.
I think we're going to go...
So you have a 3 and a 2.
I have a 3 and a 2.
It's pretty obvious what you should do.
Is it?
Say it like that.
Is
Because then
it?
I feel dumb if I don't.
Well,
But
Okay, you are blue.
I am blue.
Okay.
I
don't let him talk to you like that.
I'm
Don't
not
take
gonna.
that, Paul.
I won't. So protecting Republic law. So if I move protecting Republic law and I manage to win it, then I get to follow. I get to follow this
Either
card.
of those two.
Either of those two.
Yeah.
And protecting Republic law. What we're gonna do is we're gonna take this and put that there to show that that's
it's a
what's
good idea.
That
Okay,
is
so
what's-
hold on one second. Let me
You bet.
let me bring it over.
Yeah, let's do it. And it looks like protecting Republic law means that I become Chancellor or the Chancellor gets
Chancellor gets to dissolve any unit.
to. Yeah.
Is how I.
I don't like that one.
Yeah. Okay.
So
And it would be a unit in
That's
your
what we're
favor,
talking about,
just so
yeah.
you know. But it does help.
But it also gets to do that.
Yeah, we don't want them to have it.
Yeah, we don't want them to have it
Yeah.
because if they choose to not wait, you're gonna have to walk me through this just a little bit. This if I were to put this into my spot here and it were to stay there and I were to win it,
then you become Chancellor.
oh,
No.
The Chancellor
no,
gets to dissolve
Sorry.
any.
correct.
Yeah.
John is
and as
correct.
long as this lives in this area over here, the
Every
Chancellor
time
would
he-
get to dissolve any unit.
Fact. That's
Yes.
it. That's yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So let
we
me
should
tell you what
clarify,
you
but
should
I'm
do.
pretty sure you can't
Yes.
dissolve the Reichswehr even if they're flipped to the black side, right?
Yeah.
You
Why
say
not?
again.
You cannot resolve the Reichswehr.
You cannot
Dissolve
dissolve
them.
them.
Yeah,
Correct.
even if they're flipped to the wrong side.
Right.
Oh, that's good. to know.
Police units cannot be dissolved.
Oh, that's
yeah,
right.
these guys I think are more like
Military.
they're more like Germany's demilitarized during Weimar, but like I think they're like National Guard.
Okay, that makes sense. So may I suggest what you should do?
Please do.
Do not move protecting Republic law to blue. You should actually move it 2 to me.
Can't.
Oh, that's right.
Again. Must
Okay, well then-
always move.
If you're gonna move it,
Yeah.
go straight down.
Yeah.
Because you don't want him to be able to get it.
So that's what we're gonna do.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna move this 1, 2, 3, and then we're
You get
going
another
to,
one for 2.
and then I get another one for 2. 1, 2.
All right.
All right. By the way, catch y'all up. Steph says the Berlin. The book series is the Geram Wrath Mystery Series. The first book is just Babylon Berlin. The original title in German would be translated word for word for The Wet Fish.
The wet fish.
All right. A wet fish is a term for an unsolved case, by the way.
So,
And so he just goes into your discard pile.
and he just goes into my discard pile, and that is it for me.
All right,
That's my
okay.
turn.
Sounds
Okay.
like a red herring.
We will play. This is Berlin Vox House, which I think is maybe the Berlin radio station. Might be
Okay.
like the beginning of radio in Berlin.
Okay.
Got a
And
culture
this is a
started to
timeline
pick up.
card.
Yeah.
Yep. And so I will do the event first.
Okay.
I will choose another player. I'm going to choose John, and he must play one of his cards to debate.
Right now.
Like right now.
Mhm.
Okay.
It's a really good debate card.
Sweet.
It's a 4-2.
It's good. It's good for him because I could have dissolved any KVPD in any city,
Oh, yeah.
which would have been that one.
Yeah.
But,
Well done,
yeah.
comrade.
Yeah.
All right.
Um,
So 4-2.
4-2. Yeah. So 1, 2, 3, 4,
Mm.
and I don't really care about that because
Yeah.
either way it's going to help me. So let's just.
Yep.
Well, yeah. I want to make sure that doesn't go down. So,
Okay. All right. So that's the event.
and that
Yep.
means I don't use my card anymore. I'm out.
Yeah.
Correct.
That you
Yeah.
you are
There you
kaput.
And then I will also use it to debate.
4 and 1.
Ah,
1, 2, 3, 4. 1.
I guess I should have moved that 4.
I would like to point out that, like, so both of these are bad for us.
What the Protecting Republic law?
Yeah, because they can dissolve.
Yeah, I'm not excited about that one. I'm not going to lie.
You just can't get it far enough, though.
Right, that one's...
Well, you could help it along. Maybe I could as well.
Yeah, what? I mean, how is it... You would move it this way, not this way.
Right. You move it here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I don't... Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, so it's 4 and 1. So you got one movement on not that.
Right.
So one
And
towards
so
pink.
I think yeah, all right.
Okay. All right, so that is out of play. Yeah?
Yep.
Well,
You know what you got to do, right, Paul?
you mean I know what I have to do? Play this single card that I have left in my
Yes.
hand.
And I hope
Is it a time? It's a timeline card.
That
so-
is what I
I
must
hope you
do.
can lobby with it.
Uh-huh.
I needed you to mess with that one. I needed you to pull that one towards you.
I would have loved to, but I couldn't have got it far enough. So
Well, no, I'm saying with the 4 that you had. That would have been
Oh.
glorious.
yeah, I don't know, man.
I could do that. So let me. That is awfully tempting going into the next round. All right, so here's my debate. Okay, so I'll just go ahead and work my way through it here. So I have a 4-2 faction card,
Yep.
which the 4-2, looking at this, I really wanted to get this. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. Alas, I could go
If you pull it
1,
that
2,
way-
3, 4. I could put the Protecting Republic law there.
Yep.
And basically, if it stays there, it just goes away. It go removed from the game.
Kaput.
Thank you.
Right.
But the two, but that doesn't feel great. I'll be honest.
Yeah.
So I think what I'm going to do is set myself up for next round. All right. So the Marine Brigade Earhart, we're going to play it for the event. So it's a one-time deal. We are going to bring that from the supply into Berlin or Munich. That bad boy will go into Munich right there. And then destroy a KPD unit and place an unrest. Unfortunately, can't place an unrest.
Yep.
But you know what I can do?
Destroy a KPD unit.
I don't like you impersonating my helmet.
No. It just goes and
Oh,
dissolves.
sorry.
Yeah.
Apologies.
Yeah.
Apologies. And then I get to bump 1 reserve, which importantly puts me at 2 reserve, which is important for the coup.
Mm. Is that out of the
And
game?
that
or
is out of the game.
Yeah, that's a good one. I was going to be impressed if that was a come on back any old time.
Yeah.
So you
Oh,
got
all right,
nothing
so
left.
I'm on recess.
So you're pass.
You're done.
That's it.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right, Paul.
government shutdown.
Oh boy, this physically hurts me.
Okay, I
Because-
like this.
because we
it's a
have one-
timeline card.
Yeah, because we have 1 card left after mine, and that's Ken's. And who knows what Ken could do. Now, we'll see. So this is a timeline card.
Okay.
This is Bitter Poverty. We're going to go with the event first because I haven't really thought about what I want to do.
Are
with
you
these
adding
events.
poverty right now?
I
Are
Look.
you?
Well, he doesn't have a choice.
I don't have a choice,
it's a timeline
man.
card.
What do you want from me?
Look, I'm not on Zentrum's side in any
Yeah.
way, shape, or form,
I don't have a choice.
but I'm going to back him up a
Yeah.
little here. It's,
All right, dice, please.
Uh-oh.
Wow.
Okay, so hold on. Walk us through what you're rolling
Yep.
here.
So what I've got here in this first step is to add a poverty to a random city. We are going to roll 2 dice and consult the city chart.
Please
All
go
right.
to Hamburg.
That is
That
an
is
8.
not. That's Essen.
Okay,
so
so we got
unrest in Essen.
a poverty.
Oh my
I'm
word.
sorry, poverty.
Yep, in
Apologies.
Essen. And if blockade is active,
It's not.
which it is not,
It is not.
so we do not add any more poverty.
But if
Okay.
there were blockade, you would.
I
I'm
would.
okay with this.
Okay.
And if London Ultimatum has not been completed, which it has
is
not, I then add inflation.
Are you crazy?
I look,
Nothing he can do.
my heartburn has been acting up for the last 45 minutes. I told you, go back. Let's take it. Let's go to the playback
That's
here.
what happens when the Zentra
Freddy
is
is
in
a devil.
power.
Yeah. So
Inflation
now,
out the ass.
now I've got two. Now I've got two. I could spend 2 action points in order to do something, or I could debate. Now, debate's not really going to help me much.
Well, you could get the economy,
We get the economy into your side, which I guess is good for me. I could do that, and then move another, and then do another 2, which I could move Republic Law into me. But like, okay, but you and I are kind of both going to have the same idea about what we want to dissolve. Now, so I feel kind of like that would be a little bit of a waste.
yeah, I mean, because you could put Republic Law firmly into your hands, so Ken doesn't get it.
So, but yeah, Ken could get it if Ken plays a card that allows him to move it 1, 2, 3, 4.
Currently.
Currently,
If I could move it 4, I could move it here,
And
and
just make
nobody
it go
gets
away.
it and make it go away.
Yeah.
which I would in mind.
Which is what but if I move it 2, I would go 1, 2, and he could still get it up there.
Fact with a 4. Yep.
So there's really nothing I could do about
To
that.
fully protect it.
So I think what I'm going to do instead is, instead of doing debate, because it seems weak, I'm going to instead maybe do a take control to get this back
That seems wise.
into our possession. I could do a demonstration.
So you want to fund the police, but increase inflation.
Yes.
I don't
Okay.
want to increase inflation.
Well,
I was forced to
you
increase
say
inflation.
that, but
Yeah, I don't want to do it. I'm like, oh, please stop me from increasing inflation. So I could use 1 point for a demonstration and then 1 to bump my reserve up, which could come in handy next round. That would help me get rid of unrest. If he puts out more unrest, I am deprived of 2 points.
So, I have a horse in this race, obviously, but just want to point out, your take control is cheaper than John's is.
Yeah.
So,
I think I'm. Oh man,
I'll be right back. I gotta take care of something and
do it. So I could mobilize.
So nice,
I could
yeah.
mobilize and then I think I could mobilize and then demonstrate. I think I might do that. I think I'm
mobilize and demonstrate.
I think I was going to mobilize here and then demonstrate in order to get rid of this unrest.
Okay. And then your demonstration is going to be a real disaster because does it not count my units against you?
It does not.
Oh, that's nice.
yeah, mine does, I guess, though, and this does.
Your demonstrate does not either.
Oh, you're right. Yep.
But that would really cement me 2 victory points because unless you put out a whole bunch of unrest, I think I'd be okay.
Right.
So I think I'm going to try that. I got to do what's good for me. So I'm going to spend 1 point to mobilize.
Yep.
And put that here.
Yep.
Then I'm going to spend another point to demonstrate. So first, mobilize into the chosen city.
Wild.
It's pretty good.
Yeah. So I
Because he's with the police, essentially, so that
do we
makes
have
sense.
do we have the high def cam? Got ourselves a nice little ant right here. I'm gonna take an ant break. Look at that. You see that up there? Look at that guy. Wants to get in on this action. Edward's not here. This is great. This is great stuff. He's not
Is
gonna
it?
know about
Yeah,
it.
it's
Nobody
top-
tell Edward that we're doing
Top
this.
quality video.
Top quality content. Get
don't
out
tell
of
me
here.
what.
Nothing. We're playing the game. This is This is good stuff.
Another one?
We've got.
It's a second
Oh, do it. Oh, sorry, bud.
Yeah.
Yeah, the game ended prematurely for you.
By the
Now you're gonna-
DMV,
now you're gonna
DMVP
demonstrate.
strikes
Yeah.
again.
So the crushing foot.
Yeah.
So we've got now 2 police here in Hamburg, and I'm about to demonstrate. So I roll 1 die, please, and then 1 die for each of the police. So that's
So
3 dice. And since this is an action in a city,
Where the
would
rest of the
anyone
dice at?
like to
Oh, here we
react?
go. I cannot because I don't have a presence
I
there.
elect not to.
Great. So then we'll put this here, and I will roll onto it. We're going to roll 3 dice. That is a 6, baby. So I get to
Put 2 bases.
put 2 bases in I did not do well enough. I thought I was going to be able to. I thought with 3 dice I would.
You had a chance.
I had a chance.
Needed to roll 2 6s.
Yeah, so I'm going to instead put down. I need to roll. I just needed to roll 2 6s.
That's what he said.
Oh, I thought you said 3 6s.
I might have said 3 6s,
No, you
but I
said
meant
that.
in my head. I
Right,
read
yeah.
There you go. So I'm putting 2 guys in Hamburg.
So everybody's done,
Yep.
actions wise.
I am now finished.
I mean, the commies would say 3 6s, but he said 2.
Okay.
This does not get removed from the game.
Right.
This goes into a discard pile, which we established.
Yep.
It was right under here.
I may be new to the game, but I do think that DR box is
It's not
a
good.
concern.
Is a little
Yeah.
stretched to its
This is
boundaries.
going to be interesting during the crisis rolls. For
Oh,
these guys.
boy.
Yeah.
Okay.
It should be fun. All right. So you're
So,
last.
yeah,
because
I have
you
one
drew
more
the extra
card.
Right.
Yep. So I could play it for the event, which is play red flag, which is a great event for me.
Yeah. Let me grab it.
And then use 3 for action points in Berlin. But I'm really not set up to do that very well.
Okay.
So I'm just going to take 3 action points.
Yeah.
And I'm going to mobilize 2 in Essen. And then I'm going to demonstrate with my final action point.
Okay.
So that'll allow me a roll of 3
Because it's 1 per unit, strength, and a base of 1.
and a base of 1. And I'm rolling 3 dice.
I'm going to react to that.
Okay.
Okay.
Knock yourself out.
The way I roll, I probably would. Literally. Oh, 4. That's no effect.
Okay.
You've rolled 3 4s now on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I
Something to be said
need,
for consistency.
I need 2 6s to place an uprising.
Which is the flip side of the council, which is
Right.
halfway
It's like
there,
it's a
right?
pre-council,
Yeah,
basically.
right,
But I only need a 5 or a 6 to place 2 bases, which is really what I'm about here. So
We do not. Thank you very much, Martin. I bet you guys crashed the East India Company in turn 1.
I mean
John
sometimes.
Company. Right, yeah. No, that is...
Yeah, so I place 2 bases.
Place
Yep.
2 bases.
Yep.
In Essen.
So I will place go ahead and take the you knew.
I know what's going on.
Yeah. Okay, and that's good. So that one will not be discarded because I didn't use it for the event. Just goes into my discard pile.
Okay. Could I interest y'all in some politics?
You got please.
Okay. So, we'll do... that is the politics area of the board, right? But we're going to go ahead and kind of do this. We're set up for the first 4 boxes right there, okay?
Yeah.
So what this is we now look at the issues track.
Yeah.
And whoever has the most issues is going to get 3 seats in Parliament. Whoever has the second most is going to get 1. So if we take a look at the issues track, so here we go. This is going to pink. So that is
leave it there because
I-
it's 2 strength.
you are correct. That is
Yep.
there. So that is 2 points,
Oh yeah.
if you
Yeah.
will, there.
Yeah.
Whereas red has a total of 9 and a half of 2, which is 1. That's 10.
Yeah.
Yep.
It is 1 for blue and 2 for pink. So red is going to win that. So red is getting 3 seats into Parliament.
You can choose their seats if you want.
Anytime a lose box is
Yeah.
full, it's always brutal.
Right.
Overflow.
All right, now whoever's in second, so that appears here to be pink. Pink is going to get 1 seat, so they're going into the overflow. Okay, so now that will go to pink.
Yep.
Those will go to red. We'll resolve those here in a second. However, this one, they must agree on what happens with this.
So we can either
I mean,
put this into place and ditch an unrest.
yeah.
I'm a fan of that. Or we can each add someone to Parliament.
I don't think we had anyone to Parliament.
Okay, very
I
good.
don't think you can each add somebody to Parliament. You have to decide who gets to add one.
Right now, I think we're not even going to worry about that.
Yeah.
We're going to go
I
up here.
dig that. Okay,
Yeah.
very good. You're right. So this is going to get added right into there. Is there an order? We always resolve the yellow one first?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. So then that's going to get right in there. Done.
Now, where do you want to remove unrest from?
I feel like removing it from there because I think I have a better chance of removing it from here on
Via demonstration.
via demonstration and that kind of thing. So I
Okay.
think that's a good spot to remove it from.
Sure.
You cool with that?
Yep.
Very good.
No, check that.
Whoa.
Nope, back that up. I apologize. So I did it backwards. White first, then
Oh,
black.
okay.
So how these work is these go top to bottom,
Yep.
left to right.
Yep.
So if you look at the issues, so that is going to be the economy. Stupid. There we go.
Yeah.
All right. So the economy, you have two options. What are they?
I can either move the economy tracker one to the right.
Which bad?
I mean, yeah. Or and then I could also place a prosperity in a random city.
I dig
Or
it.
I can place 2 of my party bases.
Oh.
Which is probably what it's
Better
going
for
to
That's-
choose.
Now,
Yeah.
prosperity helps me get rid of regime. Just so you know.
I know. I mean, listen, if I didn't have so little presence on the board,
Yeah.
I would think about it. But I mean, you
Also,
guys
prosperity
are
helps me
kicking
get
me
rid
out
of
all day long.
your
so,
stuff. So
Yeah. So
All right.
there
That
we go.
is now resolved. That goes back.
Yep.
Yeah.
Now we resolve
men in hats.
reparations.
So I draw 1 party card for the next round, and I'm the start player.
There we go. So now the chancellor doesn't get to choose.
Right.
So I'm going last, is what that means. Good or bad, we'll see. And now the military affairs, is that?
Yep.
Security, sorry.
Yep.
Security.
Dissolve a unit of your choice.
John,
Well, yeah, just or move 1 of your own units from the dissolved units area. Well,
which you have not.
yeah. So let's see. Who do I want to dissolve?
Wait, did you guys take the unrest marker out already?
No, because that doesn't happen yet.
Yeah,
happen.
it will.
Oh,
It
I
will
see.
here momentarily.
You want to grab the start token?
So you don't
Table
particularly
over there?
care about unrest, I guess,
Oh.
but
I don't know. So I guess I'll dissolve DNVP from Berlin.
Horrible.
Ooh.
Hateful. Look at all the pink
I
out
know,
there.
I know, but it doesn't.
Hey, you know what?
I like
No
the irony of
worries.
the DNVP calling someone hateful.
I'm just hoping you get.
Okay.
Can someone talk me out of it?
Nope.
Besides,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can give you 5 reasons.
5 reasons? What 5 reasons?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Mm.
I already
But,
have
you
2
know-
councils. I'm not placing any more councils.
Yeah.
2 councils. I'm happy with the stasis right there. That's all I need.
I don't
is 2.
believe you.
Just 2 is all I need.
Why just 2?
Well, I just only need 2.
Why?
I'm content. With
Apparently, there's a card that.
I'm content with 2.
Okay,
2 is
there's
good.
something
2
that
is
we
fine.
don't know. All right.
perhaps it's a mistake.
All right.
But
So that
it
is
what it
done.
is.
Yeah.
Now this will get resolved. So
This,
now that goes, and you remove an unrest,
yeah, and so I think we decided we were going to remove it from here.
and this is out of the game forever.
Yep.
So just put it outside the dish.
Yeah, there we go.
Oh, I know what I should have done.
Great.
It's too late, right?
Well, yes, it is. But what should
Well,
you have done?
Well, it's up to you.
No.
I could put that back and get rid of one of
No,
those.
you
Okay.
had,
You
I
had the
tried.
opportunity
I tried.
when you're in your chancellor phase. to
No,
do
I
it.
know. I should have done both of these.
Oh.
Well,
Oh, well.
can only do so much.
Yep.
So technically, we did that,
Yep.
and then we already did that,
Yep.
right?
So now
And now we resolve these left to right. All right. So now the chancellor gets to redeem or remedy his mistake and dissolve a unit. There we go. Then the Zentrum
Gets a point.
gets a point.
Yeah. Can I rewind for a second?
No.
Well, I want to know why we dissolved 2 units. Why did we dissolve this one here and then that one there?
Because of my.
Security issue.
Oh, the security. That's what it was.
Yeah.
Very good. Thank you.
KPD can move
Yeah.
or place a unit. And Zentrum can place
It's
a
a
party
base.
base.
Oh, do I want to go there? I think I kind of want to go anywhere. I really need to help contribute to make sure that we just don't get overrun by pink.
And then KPD gets a point. All right. So now we get an opportunity, or some people get an opportunity to score.
Yeah.
KPD, they are going to score 2 points for every council marker that they have on the board. That's 4. And they will score, if there are no regime counters on the board, 2 more points. But there is one, so they will score 4 points.
Yep.
The SPD will score 2 points if there are only 2 poverty out there, and those are the 2 poverty, so checks out. And they would score 2 more if there are no regime out there. There is. Zentrum scores 2 points if there are 2 or less unrest. There's only 1 unrest, so that checks out. And yeah, that's not happening. I score 2 points for every regime marker, and if there's no so 2 points. Okay.
I'll make some change.
All right. Now, the USPD, which currently is aligned with the KPD, they get 1 reserve. Then the DDP, by the way, DDP is going to be able to
May.
What
are you doing?
+2.
No, that's later.
Yep.
That's in a
This
second.
is for their special
DDP.
ability.
Okay.
You can remove 1 of your own party bases to perform a foreign affairs action.
We
No.
do not want to do that.
Okay.
Unless I want to do
hold
this
on. He
one.
doesn't have a mouse in his pocket. It is his choice.
I mean, I could do
Oh, you could do this one.
the Treaty of Rapallo
Yeah.
and maybe get some points. And I would add reinforcements.
That's true.
The NVP. No.
Okay.
Decline.
That's
Electing not to. So then the DVP gets to flip over.
Streisman.
Yep.
Done.
Okay, so we are halfway through the politics phase.
Yeah.
Now, here, where is the economy marker? We're going to place poverty or prosperity, depending on where it is. Oh, it looks like I'm going to place 2 poverty markers now.
Who wants to roll for that?
Oh,
I will because
okay.
it's bad for me.
That appears to be a 10. That's Breslau.
Poverty in Breslau.
2 of them. 1 there, and then 1 in Essen.
Nope.
Try again.
Roll again.
Yeah, you don't get to not place it. Sorry. 6. Hamburg.
Right. Roll again.
Can't see it.
Roll
8.
again.
Roll again.
5. Colm.
That'll work.
Got it.
Okay. Next, I gotta
Yeah, that one's
read.
confusing.
Yeah, I forgot. I know the iconography is actually, but it's the government declaration. Check all cities and count how many threat markers are in each city. For each prosperity marker in a city cancels a threat marker in the same city.
We don't have to worry about that math.
Okay, yeah. The governing parties in total gain a victory point for each city with 0 threat markers.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Looks like John gets
6. Oh, no, that's
that's
a threat
Guy
marker.
Council. Yeah.
Yeah.
5.
5. So the chancellor gets the uneven number, so it's going to be 3 for John, 2 for Paul.
Yep.
That is that part. And that part. Then, for each city with 2 or more threat markers, each governing party loses a seat in parliament.
So it's just Hamburg.
So they each lose a seat. So 1 red and 1 blue each go away.
I think mine comes. Does mine come from the overflow?
Well, we can just put it in.
I think that. I think
It doesn't
It
matter.
does not matter.
Okay.
Count how many threat markers are in the DR box, then subtract 1 from that total.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. -1 is 5.
Each governing party makes this many crisis rolls.
Get 'em,
so
Paul.
we make 5 each?
Each.
Only 5 each.
Oh, yeah, 5 each.
Oh, my
To be
goodness.
clear, I'm going to roll 2 dice. Higher numbers are better.
Yeah.
Take the higher number.
You do
right?
you do 5, and then I'll do 5.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. So we've got 3.
That is lose a point.
Yeah, no big deal.
Yeah.
Who cares about
Someone
points,
keep track
right?
of how many of the times I've rolled here. That is a 5.
5. Lose a party base.
Who's a party base?
So you got a
Hamburg.
couple extras in
Okay.
Hamburg.
Yeah. 6, no
Nothing.
effect.
3.
3. Oh, sorry. 3.
6, no effect.
That's 4.
6, no effect.
Wow,
That was pretty good.
Not bad for you.
Yeah. See, look at that. He's only seen me roll dice 3 or 4 times, and he
That's
already.
5
Party
party
base.
base.
You got 2 in Berlin.
Let you guys hash it out down here.
You're just like surrendering.
Yeah, I'll take it.
6, you
effects.
got 2.
3. You lose a point.
victory point.
Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Hold on. Pause. Pause. Just pause. I think game just ended.
What?
I may have. A moment.
All right, so the game just ended.
Threats in a city, right here. Poverty can come into play through events or actions, cancel each other out. Prosperity cancels poverty. Poverty cancels prosperity. They just go away, whatever.
Yep.
If a second marker of the same type is to be placed at the same city, apply the following. Poverty. Place the poverty marker in the DR box instead, with a maximum 2 there.
That's it.
So on those rolls where we randomly rolled poverty,
Yeah.
That's the end of the game.
but is that? I guess is it only for the reason we did that is because I think in the opening setup, it says if you roll it.
Okay. A moment. Let's
Check for
roll
that.
back.
Check for that thing because I think there's an instance where you just roll until you get
3 poverty in setup. Talking about on page 7.
Yeah.
1 in each. 3 random different cities. Roll 2 dice for each placement. Then Adam look for the table.
Yeah.
Table. Roll again. Roll the dice again if you roll the same city again. So it's
Yeah.
specific to that. Whereas here it says in poverty, place the poverty marker in the DR box instead, with a maximum of 2 there, and any more beyond 2 are ignored. And a second prosperity, instead of placing a marker, a poverty marker is removed from the DR box.
And so that's it's not specific to just like if one said place it in Kulm, right? But this action just
You
places
roll.
up there.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know what? We're gonna finish going through the politics phase, but yeah, we'll circle back
Yeah.
Okay.
and make note of how many. You know what? Turn your points over right now.
Yeah, sure.
Should we, Paul and I, take our point back that we lost since it would have ended?
If you got anything after,
Yeah, like we both
That.
lost a point on these crisis rolls. So.
right? So take a point back technically,
Okay.
because you wouldn't have lost that yet.
Okay.
Again, just trying to
Yeah.
trying to do it right. So, okay. So we are threat rolls or crisis rolls, right? Yep. Okay.
I got 2 more crisis.
Go
I mean,
for
is
it. Do it. So that is a 4. Lose a party base.
On Parliament.
What?
It's from Parliament.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
what
that's
I
what
just
he's
did.
doing.
Oh, I know, but he said party.
Oh,
that's
well,
true.
I'm
Oh, yeah.
sorry, in
Yeah.
Parliament.
Was
right,
that number
and then
4?
One more.
One
Yeah,
more.
one
Yeah.
more. There's 2. That is lose a Parliament
And a party
Whoop.
base.
and a party base.
Yikes.
There you go.
Okay. So now that that's done, oh, wrong one. Hold on. Slow down. There we go. So that was that. Next, now you would remove those 2 markers from the DR box.
Right.
God.
So those 2, too late, too little, too late.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Then coming back here, we are now through 5. We are now into 6. And what 6 effectively says is each of the minor parties, depending on what round it is, they're going to add 1 or 2 to the box. So let's finish that. Go ahead.
So I think you add 2, you add 1, and I add 2. I think is how
There
that
you go.
shakes out.
Based on our cards, yeah.
So, and this goes in player order.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
So,
maybe-
So
I'm-
it
so I'm-
starts here.
Yeah.
Oh, because we've reordered now. Yeah.
But it's
Doesn't
moot.
really
It
matter,
really does
yeah.
not matter
Yeah.
whether in player order or not.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay, so they've added that. That's step 6. Step 7. Are there 24? Is there any in the overflow box? Basically, is
Or
what
even
it
if
matters.
it's totally full.
Yes.
Yeah. 24 plus.
24 plus.
Greater than or equal to 24.
Are you
I
positive?
think so. Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
greater than 24 in total.
Oh,
So no.
I don't love that symbol, but
I
okay.
don't love it either.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Well, to me, it's more than 24, but I
Yeah.
digress. So we are clearly more than 24 because,
Yes.
if, in other words, if there's anything in overflow.
Yeah.
Okay. So then everybody, regardless, and this is simultaneous, is going to go through this. So
Yep.
for instance, if you have 4 or more, 7 or more, or 10 or more, remove that applicable number. So I have 5.
So you're gonna.
So I'm going to remove 1. Okay. And then,
Paul has 5, so he's going to remove 1.
okay.
John and I both have at least. I have 7, so I'm going to remove 2. And then John, you
I have
have
10, it looks like.
yeah, so you're going to remove 3.
Now, even though before we got to John, right,
Yeah,
there was spots. It
Still
doesn't
room.
matter. Everybody removed simultaneous, and just
Yep.
stressing that point.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Okay. So with that said, the final step is form a new government. Now I'm going to take a moment to explain what is and isn't allowed here. Okay.
right.
Because this was a little unclear the way it's laid out in the rule book. Okay. So what we do is, does any single faction have 50%? Meaning there are 4 spots, as you can see in Parliament, right there. So that means, does anybody have 10?
No.
Do they have a 50% by themselves? The answer is no. So then we look at coalitions. There are only 3 coalitions that are allowed. Okay. The 3 coalitions that are allowed, 2 of which are SPD. There is one with Zentrum, and there is one with KPD. And then Zentrum and the DMVP can be in a coalition. So
Right.
what we do at this point,
You can look at it like this.
yeah. There you go. Yeah, wherever you share a side. So that's another way. Good call.
Yep.
So now, in these 3, what we're going to do is we're going to count the number of seats of pink and red combined. What is that number?
11.
Yeah.
12.
12.
That's 12.
Yeah.
So somebody remember 12.
Yeah.
Now we're going to go red and blue.
That is not 12.
Okay. And then we're going to go black and blue.
That is way less than 12.
Okay. So we start with the highest number. The
Right.
highest number was 12.
Yeah.
That was pink and red. So now either one may say 9. They don't want the coalition, and the coalition doesn't happen.
Yeah.
So we go, do you want to be in a coalition?
Yeah, I think in this case I would say yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. What is the benefit of being in a coalition?
You control the
I can be in
government.
government, yeah.
You can do foreign affairs. You can mobilize the
can too.
police.
Yeah, but
Yes.
he can too.
But what he can't do is he can't coup
Right.
and he can't demonstrate.
That's right.
You can
Oh, you
demonstrate.
can't demonstrate. You can't
Yeah.
coup. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Okay, but one
So-
more step on this. If we get to red and blue, and that number, so that's 3, 6, 9, 11.
Yeah.
If it were 12 as well, they have to form a
Right.
coalition.
They can't turn it down.
They neither side can turn it down. They
Yeah.
are inclined to agree, so they have to. So that's how the coalitions work.
Yep.
And then, if say Ken said sure,
Yeah.
then
I would have to say sure also.
you
we would
both
have to. We would have to
So I
mutually
want to
agree.
talk about that for a second.
Okay,
Yeah.
sure.
So if I agreed, which seems crazy
Right.
to
So
do,
well-
but it removes the coup from you, right? But it also gives you access to the military.
So the other thing it does though is it turns my councils over, so they're no longer threats.
Because they're government. And by the way, that works the same for my regime markers
Yeah.
if you look at them.
So,
So,
Okay,
yeah,
so there
yeah,
would be
so-
a benefit from
Yeah,
that.
for sure.
And how would you win? This way?
I would just try to get victory points.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Well,
Yeah.
so just, points.
Now, could you turn back to the
Next
commies
round, absolutely.
if
he
you
could.
lose control?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, so they instantly, if he's in government, they're on that side. If he's not in the government, they instantly flip back
Yeah.
over.
And that would neuter him from using police.
but
No, he can always.
He can
use
always-
police.
I can always use
Okay,
police,
yeah.
and I believe would I get points because these technically wouldn't be on the
Yeah.
board anymore?
You would.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, next round. But
Yeah,
yes,
next round, yeah.
So if we were to play more, it would make sense for me to do that because
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, because then you can't instantly win this round.
No, and it's so I think the reason I might try it is because I think it would give me a potential path to winning an absolute majority here.
in
True, because you already have 5 in there.
Yeah.
that makes sense.
So,
So
then,
that said,
Okay.
now let's roll it back because
Okay.
that's the end of politics phase.
Yeah.
However, before we got there, back
way back.
there
Yeah.
in step 5.1,
Yeah.
the game ended
Yeah.
Yeah.
because there are 7 markers. So what happens? It's anarchy.
Mm-hmm.
So what happens then is all the factions, either majority or
All the factions in
coalition,
government. Yeah.
lose 8 victory points.
That's
So
all of mine.
That's all of mine as well.
lost 8, lost 8. Then we score up victory points. So now I have 3. By the way, did you gain any post that? I don't
I don't
think
think
you
there's
did.
a way for me to.
No.
Yeah.
So you have 5. I have 3, 0, 0,
There's our
and there you go. Economy's won.
Hey.
So we gained too, so it wouldn't have mattered. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ken wins again.
Ken wins again.
Thanks for watching, y'all. If you enjoyed the video, and the fact that you're still watching leads me to believe that, hey, you did, maybe watch one of those videos. Subscribe to the channel. Consider supporting us over on Patreon. Really does help the channel. Really appreciate it, y'all.